Chris's love partner was not her own mother, since she had a recorded history of more intimate thoughts about Barbara. Also on that day, Chris disclosed to Null that her friend Bella from the Prater group would be accompanying her at Everfree Northwest, calling her a very intelligent and kind individual, sharing with Null her Instagram account for his reference. He questioned her supposed profile description of herself being a 45-year-old man, which Christine dismissed as a simple joke, revealing that they had played chess with each other online before, but had yet to meet in person. Null deduced from his glancing at her profile that Bella was a troll. On July 15th, Christine announced on Twitter that one of their family dogs, Snoopy, had passed away in his sleep. She wrote a tweet thread as tribute and obituary, letting her followers know that she had asked the help of neighbors to dig a hole in the backyard where they buried him. Chris recalled the first years of their life together, commenting that Snoopy and their other dog, Clover, both liked to play on the mountain of clothes that the Chandlers used to have, before Snoopy fell and injured his leg, which affected him for the rest of his life. Upon preparing for the burial, Christine had allegedly witnessed that Snoopy had self-counterpart in Dimension C197 and became a tall dog guy, taller than Patty. But as soon as I plugged in my fucking remote, that she was taking a day off my whole computer just fucking bricked. Everything froze. And Clover, allowing like all my monitors fucking locked up, bro. And on July 17th, Christine wrote a long Twitter thread recounting the history of never happened before. And I think it happened one other eventually time, disclosing that like the two, upon reading suggestions and theories from online fans, had sex utilizing condoms. But their lifestyles did not complement each other, and so they broke up. Also on that day, Chris confided further in Bella and chose to divulge more information about her lady friend, such as that Chris had always felt a deeper vibration and attraction towards her, and that she was in her 70s. That's all good. In addition, since the partner was well past menopause, Chris explained that there was no risk of getting her pregnant. She told Bella that her having sex with someone was also apparently a defense mechanism against sockness, and if confronted by him at the Brony convention, she would quote-unquote truth-bomb him with the details of her having sex and with whom, in a seeming effort to bring down Jacob's powers, who had expressed his want to sexually possess a sexually inexperienced Christine. Chris also bestowed Bella with the honor of being the only person outside of Barbara who would find out the identity of her lover when the right time came for the information to be revealed. He's literally talking about his mom the whole time. In response to a Twitter user tweeting Chris's signature catchphrase, zapping to the extreme with the hashtag #YourSignatureSexMove, Chris wrote that she was still working on a signature sex move, but did enjoy giving a massage as foreplay. What the fuck? On the 19th, Chris invited Bella to join WCT's The Knights of Quick Discord server. Are those Bella's real titties? For Bella the drama of the Watchmen and vouching for the character of WCT and his friends. Christine then also invited the Sutras to the server that bitch that you want to play with her titties, but that the Sutras and Bella would be accompanying her at the convention, with Bella acting as her protector. Over in the Knights of Quick, Bella chatted with others, defending her very brief partnership with Prater, and claimed that for her own safety she made sure she was 100% anonymous, and claimed to have so-called wired logs and audits in case anyone tried to access or reference her account, which was also capable of so-called reverse address engineering. In return for her invitation, Bella then invited Christine, the WCT, and the Sutras to her chess group number 15 Discord server, a new server she had created under the guise of providing an opportunity for Bella's friends to play chess online with each other and casually chat. The server also included members of the Texas Tech University Chess Club Discord server, which existed with the impression of it being the official server of the university's chess club. In practice, it was often used by Bella and her friends to criticize, spread rumors about, bully, and harass other students at Texas Tech. Here, she discussed with one Alan, who was also in the chess group number 15 server, their aspirations for trolling Chris, with Bella boasting about they found out that like her cat shit on her floor and she just like lets it stay there. She had garnered a reputation for being epic and anonymous and a hacker. When Alan asked her why Chris trusted her the most, Bella said it was because she was extremely nice to her, which was the reason she could allegedly hack Chris's bank account to steal her money and get free trips, and get her to join a cult. Alan alluded to a supposed previous conversation wherein Bella seemingly had the idea to convince Christine to kill herself, to which Bella confusingly responded with, "Yeah, but by getting others to tell him
is
they're
that
Jesus
really a
and they hate
bad
them,
thing?
and then saying, oh
Getting
no, those
Chris to kill
are us
himself?
mean,
Yeah, it is.
open parentheses,
I'm such a
and
horrible
then he pays me."
person to like actually
This appears to be
be
the
okay
only
with
publicized
that.
dialogue suggesting
But
a
like,
supposed
bro,
ploy
Chris
to
isn't
manipulate
really
Chris
like
into committing
useful to
suicide,
anyone
which can
or
be perceived
anything.
as a crude joke with
Who
no
cares
legitimate
if Chris
commitment
dies,
behind the
honestly?
comment. Meanwhile, over on Twitter, a user expressed their shock at finding out that there was an active Sonichu fanbase. Helena Fiorenza confirmed that there were about 30 legitimate Sonichu fans, while Christine replied that there were millions to over 1 billion people in the Sonichu and Rostchu fan communities. Kristen tweeted that she had noticed the lyrics for the Christian and the Hedgehog Boys theme on the Quickie were incorrect, so she posted the correct lyric sheet, asking the site's editors to update the page with the rectified information. On July 22nd, a Reddit user won a match in the game Tetris 99, and upon completion was revealed the scoreboard and saw that Christine had played against him, finishing in 3rd place. Christine later on shared her rendition of artist Leonardo da Vinci's famed mural painting, The Last Supper, depicting Jesus Christ and the 12 Apostles. Null said that she challenged herself and spent the whole day recreating the painting when she was only requested to draw one character. Later on, Maple, the creator of the game Quick Adult Chronicles, which had been in development since 2014, updated their Twitter following to showcase how Bob would tend to his garden depending on the in-game time of the day, with Christian able to fight wild animals in the yard. Christine was alerted to the tweet for a response and wrote that it could be more accurate as it felt rather lacking.
Wow!
Meanwhile, Bella revealed to the chess club that a veritable love triangle had formed, with the Sutress uncontrollably attracted to Christine, while Christine was more interested in Bella, whereas Bella herself fancied the Sutress. Bella shared photos of the Sutress with the chess club and commented that she was cute. Bella then explained that Christine had paid her $500 to buy herself a new camera so she could photograph Chris around the convention, functioning as a photographer in addition to a bodyguard. During these days, Bella and the Sutress conversed privately with each other and grew closer, as Christine invited Bella to dance with her in the convention's Grand Galloping Gala. Bella convinced Chris to also invite the Sutress to the dance, because Bella only wanted to dance with the Sutress, and privately claimed she wanted to save her from Chris. On July 25th, Christine told Bella that she had discussed with the Sutress the prospect of having sex during their stay at the convention, and explained to the Sutress that it would only be a one-time thing in an effort to boost the Sutress's confidence and emotional and mental development. Chris reassured Bella that her intercourse with the Sutress would not get in the way of their relationship, and that Bella was still set to be the only person to find out about Christine's mystery lover. On July 26th, Chris expressed her desire to tell Bella the identity of her partner, but resisted, as she wanted to tell her in person. When Bella asked if her partner was a friend of Barbara, Chris answered fairly affirmatively. She then introduced Bella to the messaging app Signal, which is what she used to chat with Null, as it featured advanced encryption functions. Also on that day, Christine drew President Donald Trump being criticized by Sonichu and herself for a paid commission. On July 27th, as Chris was shopping at Walmart, she visited the toy section and witnessed some toys that were not to her liking. She recounted to the Knights of Quick. Looking into the toy aisle where the My Little Pony toys were normally, I saw the sign that I was not looking forward to find: a handful of figures of the Magicless unicorn from G5. Needless to say, I was triggered, but I had known what I was to do in this event. I literally snapped my fingers, and these particular figures literally phased out of existence from the store. With that in mind, I opted to check Target as well. I found 4 figures of the orange G5 pony, and I repeated the process with that bunch of figures. After seemingly phasing a selection of My Little Pony toys out of existence, she then returned home and recorded a YouTube video expressing her dissatisfaction with the new My Little Pony series.
Hello, people of Hasbro in Rhode Island. This is Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu, your goddess Blue Hearts in Ruckersville, Virginia. Now, listen here and listen good. I have told y'all, and I've kept it going time and time again, but y'all keep putting it on, putting it on.
Jason?
But My Little Pony Generation 5 is canceled.
Paul.
G4 Friendship is.
Paul, we've been watching this for like 2 years now. The GOAT, Chris Chan. Chris fucking sat here and walked so DSP could fly, dude. The OG locale. The guy. The original guy. The original guy that was originally a guy.
His magic needs its 5
This is the
more
final
seasons.
part
It
of the
needs to go on to
Christian doc,
season
dude.
14.
We're in the mother
Now,
touching arc, finally.
This is the last straw. Because for the good and safety of this timeline, you need to get that shit pulled off.
Yo,
the
hold
shelves
on,
and
bro.
Amazon stores or wherever else.
This is
all the
lit.
game for
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna trip. This is lit as fuck. Kid Goku, they actually did it, bro. This is the final fight against King Piccolo, dog. OG Dragon Ball. They actually had the balls to do it. It's pretty lit, bro. I'm pretty fucking hype about that. Kid Goku's lit.
away and cancel
OG
the freaking
Dragon Ball
G5
doesn't get
series.
enough
Make sure
respect,
it never
dog.
gets
You
published
know.
anywhere and never, ever talk about it again and make the official cancellation notice public. Tell everybody I am telling you this truth, warning you. If you continue on and you do not listen to me, Hasbro, and do not resume G5, you do not resume G4, you have to cancel G5. If you don't cancel G5, you're gonna put this entire timeline in chaos. So I'm giving you this warning to tell you true and straight up. Cancel Generation 5 now, Hasbro.
What
now.
the fuck, Chris?
The WCT afterwards reached out to Chris, privately over Discord, concerned over her anger, and asked her not to hurt herself. Christine reassured him that she would not hurt herself, and that her rage was not at the design of the characters, but rather the very existence of the Generation 5 series. WCT then asked her about the impact depressions in the wall of her room that was seen in the video. She admitted that she did indeed punch the wall several times in the past, as a means of practicing breaking through the physical barrier of the Iron Curtain veil that separated the sister dimensions. Also on July 27th, Chris drew a new picture depicting the multicolor auras of a collection of characters who were invisible besides their individual auras. Some of their identities could be further narrowed down by their speech bubbles and the relevant astrological signs contained within their auras. In the foreground and most prominent was Chris-chan Sonichu, accurately labeled as a Pisces, confessing to Magi-chan, a Scorpio, that he resonated the most beautiful out of everyone else. In the bottom right corner, Chris depicted two long-haired figures, with the one on the bottom possessing breasts, locked in an embrace. The higher figure asked their lover if their soul bond and play satisfied them, with the lower one replying, "Yes, it does. Thank you." The person at the bottom was labeled a Libra, the correct star sign for Barbara. However, if the figure on top meant to depict Christine, for whatever reason, she was labeled as a Gemini. Also on that day, a Reddit user and his friend visited the Chandler residence, and Christine greeted them to take selfies, wearing a purple negligee through which her nipples could be seen. Later on July 27th, at around 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Christine messaged Bella over the messaging app Signal that she had just finished showering with her supposed spouse, Magi-chan Sonichu, and would be ready to call her to reveal the identity of her mystery lover at 8 p.m. According to Chris, they would end up beginning their video call at 9:30 p.m. EST. Bella would later claim that the two chatted amicably for 4 hours, covering a wide range of topics. But at one point, according to Bella, Christine told her, "Bella, I want you to look me in the eye when I say this. I am having sexual relations with Barbara." Bella later claimed that Chris told her that she and her mother would engage in 3-hour-long massaging sessions while wearing lingerie, and that both Barbara and Chris put clips on their nipples during their sex play, and experimented with vibrators and dripping hot candle wax on each other. However, due to Bella's known propensity for spreading misinformation online, it is difficult to confirm what acts actually took place. Sometime into their conversation, Bella began covertly audio recording
Who would say some shit about doing
iPad.
that with their mom, bro? Hell no.
Recorded, and as of March 2024, the longest version of the recording is 21 minutes.
So anyway,
yeah, this is hard.
Everything, and I was feeling like I really need a sensual release. That's my individuals this side of the arc were coming up to the plate right there. So everything was coming into good alignment, and it was good. The signs were all there. Even Emmanuel, God just said it was okay, and got me towards it.
God said this is okay? Yeah, then you don't really have anything to worry about if God himself said this is fine.
The shoes just sitting here encouraging it, bro.
Okay, so I'll take a time for it, so...
But how did this happen? How did this come about?
Well, on which just mainly I was really, really horny, and I need the true and honest relationship to come about, so obviously this was one of the best ways to do it, despite it being the I don't want to believe the labels at all, but obviously incest fanfics have come true and shit.
I didn't even know there was such a thing. I didn't even know there was incest fanfics.
There were no incest fanfics, but people have been saying that Chris and Barb probably have an incestual relationship for years.
I'm not huge on Christery and, whatever. I just thought that the whole Sonetry franchise was very interesting, and that's how I got into you when I was younger, right? But I didn't have any idea that Barbara and you had that sort of relationship. I never got any of those vibes. How did you approach her?
I approached her with care and caution.
Ugh, care and caution, bro. Ugh.
It was a time approach. So I just gave her comfort and talked with her, and we just branched out slow and steady, and then I encouraged her positively, let her make the first move. She wanted to do it.
Oh, she did? Really? She made the first move?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow, Barbara. How did she do it, if you don't mind me asking? What was the first move?
I don't remember exactly. Well, that was her first move, but my approach was... I forgot exactly what terminology and approach I used, but I approached with care and caution.
That's good.
And I was direct and upfront with her for the most part.
That's good. And how did she respond when you approached her? What did she say?
I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was I think she was partially confused at one point, but...
Oh my god, bro! She was confused at one point! And they let this animal out of fucking jail, darn.
So she got into it. How was the first kiss? You kissed her? How did that feel? Having known this woman for your whole life, how did that feel?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was simple, lip kiss content, but yeah, it was actually good and right.
When did you start having feelings for Barbara?
Well, for a long time. I mean, I remember you mentioning some time ago on one of the videos that I even had dreams where I had sex with her, obviously.
Really?
So.
Yeah. Is that, I don't know what it is per se, but is that what Oedipus complex is called?
Yeah, we've said Chris had that for years. He has the Oedipus complex.
Right, yeah.
Dude, he would cuddle with his mom before he transitioned into a woman.
How is the sex?
He was cuddling with mom in bed, bro.
It took a while, took a few tries to...
It took a few tries, yeah. She is older.
And plus, also, she's very understanding about the whole thing as well. I was direct with her, still direct and honest with her. I made sure that obviously, I'm never gonna propose marriage to her at all, because we're already daughter and mom.
Yeah, mother and daughter.
No, hell no, bro.
I'm glad that you're telling me.
Come on, and they let Chris out. They let him out. Come on, dude. This is an open shut case.
Isn't it only like a projection?
If this was Law and Order, bro, they would have locked Chris the fuck up. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, not really a projection because his body is interdimensional.
Yeah, it's interdimensional. How long have you two been going at it?
Well, we've been doing it every third night, and the first night being on June 27th.
Oh, you have a routine?
Yeah, it took us a few nights to figure out what felt right and what didn't feel right. And
does your mother enjoy it?
Yeah, she's having a good time. Literally.
She is. She's having a good time.
Oh, bro, this is bad.
That's good to hear.
Bad.
Do you guys act more like mother and daughter,
fucking
or do you guys
worst
act
shit
more
ever.
like, you know, lovers? When, like, say you come home from, you know, the supermarket and you see Barbara, would you say, "Hey, sweetheart," or do you say, "Hi, mom"?
Yeah, I haven't called her quite some time now.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I'm more on the conquer love at this point.
Oh yeah, that's sweet. But you recently started dating. Isn't that's true, right? In an open relationship?
Yeah, between Barbara and I, it is an open relationship, and I made that very clear with her.
Right. Do you guys go on any dates or anything romantic like that?
Well, not anything extravagant, but we do, as
What
often
the
as possible,
fuck,
we get a
Chris?
table together.
Chris!
Knowing you, Christine, I think that because I understand that she's mature, you know, and she's mature and she's wise. She's wise in her ways. You know, she has experience and she loves you, and you two have a great relationship. But wouldn't you want somebody who's younger, right, and to keep up more with your energy? Yeah.
Oh no, bro. This is the worst shit I've ever heard in my life. Top 10,
She's
bro.
very interested in you. She's a super girl. Yeah.
I have foreseen, I have looked into the future, and I know she's gonna find her better long-term sweetheart.
Are you sure? Because talks to me saying how great you are and how much he loves you, right? Maybe because the future can change, right? With fate.
It's a possibility, but it's
Why
not
didn't you
like
try for her? Because that's
Hell
having a relationship,
no.
right? I'm sure you're fine with both of them now, but over time, right? Really, really, really adores you, and she's a wonderful girl. I text her a lot. We chat. She has never said a single negative thing about you. She adores you, but she'll be more open to doing stuff like, you know, having spa days, getting pizza, going out together, you know. And she's probably newer in the bedroom, but she's willing to do it. She's willing to have fun with you.
Yes, I agree, and I appreciate all that. Yeah, I'm making the short time count as best as I can with her.
Oh, I understand. But how are you feeling, Christine? Because I know there's a lot of societal pressure on you about, like, this thing with Barbara. There's a lot of societal pressure and a lot
Chrissy,
of people,
that is not enough time. Chris was in jail for 2.5 years. That is not enough time for fucking your mother.
Yeah,
Hell
I can
no.
imagine.
You
I'm
know,
so sorry
hell
about all that
no.
stuff, yeah.
So yeah, she's got really.
That's some 10-year shit at least. A decade. A decade. No more video games. Oh shit. Phil's on.
Really reached and hit her G-spot really
Right. Right. Oh, okay, so yours is a bit bigger.
His shitty music, bro.
Really, as opposed to focusing on her, which that's my focus.
After the call concluded, Bella excitedly informed members of the chess club about Chris's sexual escapades with her mother, Barbara, and shared an edit of the recording with them. She planned to leak the call at a later point, but in the meantime, she schemed to create evidence concerning the recording to keep herself anonymous. On July 28th, she shared a 9-minute edit with a suitress, who asked Bella to convince Chris to break up with her mother so Chris could instead have a relationship with the suitress. The suitress thought that Christine should go to jail for what she did, but nevertheless still wanted to have sex with her at the convention.
Oh my
Also
god,
on the 28th,
bro, what a
Chris wrote a
fucking
long string
freak.
of messages to Bella, recounting her
What a
freshly concluded
fucking freak.
sexual dalliance with her mother of that day. So, yes, Barb and I just had another romp in the hay and an extensive cuddle. Tonight, I started looking into a more consistent pattern to my massaging, and I took the input and focused on getting blood flow into the groin area. Before tonight, I did not really have a set pattern in the massage, aside from feet and legs, followed by hands and arms, the face, front torso, and then a rollover for her back. I have found a more consistent method that works between the legs and arms, but I was inconsistent in the hands and feet. Anyway, also made another attempt at rubbing her vagina, externally at first, then slipping in between the lips and rubbing the inner labia. Then she told me to stop. She's getting more used to being played with down there by hand.
Oh my
Would
God.
you believe she has literally never ever masturbated in her entire life? And obviously those out of the 8 guys, counting Robert Chu, before me, were not hitting her G-spot as much with their cocks.
Bro!
I had attempted the first night to rub her in there. I found her spot, but it hurt her. But, alternatively, I did find that at cunnilingus, I was good at it with my tongue. And I did also stimulate her clit. That does not seem to hurt her as much, but she still has a limit with that spot as well. Anyway, we're making progress. And when we cuddle, and this actually impresses me more, I literally feel our souls bonding and coming together as one during that time.
Bro, this is bad.
Damn,
this is bad so for everyone involved. Chris,
and we talk a good while
Isabella,
as well before she heads back
especially
upstairs.
Barb.
I've been sending her meditation tracks to stimulate
bored.
her brain and bring back some of her youth, and the results do show most splendidly. I am so proud of her. And from her stories she told me tonight, she even remembered a fun story that involved her daddy from when she was 2 years old.
Oh my God.
2 years old. That in itself, at her age, is massively good. She has had memory problems at time beforehand.
Chris deserves to be
but she
in
is
jail,
better stimulated
bro, for
in her
like
mind and soul.
a long
and
time,
it really
not
shows
2 years.
Her mental processing speed
Put this
is even
fucker
going
back in the
up.
pokey.
She
What
feels
the fuck?
this and has told me so herself. And I am so happy and content that I am able to help her out like this. And it helps me as well, because of the experience, and the education, and learning. These were also shared with the sutras by Bella.
That's fucking
On
horrible.
July 29th, Chris messaged Bella telling her that she and the sutras were discussing what kind of music they could be playing as they were having sex at the convention, with the sutras noting that she liked alternative music. Later on, the sutras shared the news of the incest with members of Chris Chan-focused Discord server Chris Chan Conservation Collective, and then leaked to member Gunloader420 a 4-minute-long edit of the 9-minute edit of the call she had received from Bella, which removed Bella's voice and all personal details pertaining to herself. The sutras then leaked the 9-minute edit to Discord user Lavender Bones. Toward the end of the
That's
day,
how it happened. I didn't see how it got spread,
known as
bro.
L Dude Rocks on YouTube, uploaded the 4-minute edit onto the site, and within the first hour of July 30th, shared it on the Christian Sonichu subreddit on the site Reddit. At 1:32 a.m. EST, the sutras leaked screenshots of the post-sex texts that Chris had sent to Bella. A furious debate regarding the veracity of the recording and texts erupted on the likes of the Christian subreddit and Kiwi Farms. Many assumed that the audio was a result of taking Chris's recorded conversation snippets out of context and rearranging them to make it appear as if Christine was talking about having sex with Barbara, especially considering that the party she was conversing with had been completely removed from the YouTube upload. However, a few hours after the initial leak, the 9-minute version of the conversation shared by Bella with the sutras, who then shared it with Discord member Lavender Bones, was also uploaded onto YouTube, which contained Bella's side of the conversation, who was at this point still an unknown party to all Christian observers. This initially pissed off Bella, as the sutras shared her voice without permission. At around 8:35 a.m., Quick-centric YouTuber Dylan Thomas shared with Christine the leaked audio, asking for an explanation. She verbosely wrote about overcoming drama and bad vibrations, resisting to answer if the allegations were true. Dylan pried for an answer, as he would be called on to speak on the topic in a future video. Kristen admitted that the allegation was true, and asked Dylan to not screen cap or share their conversation. Dylan agreed not to screen cap it. He soon after shared screen caps of their conversation with his audience. Still in the morning, Christine posted her tarot card of the day, titled Turning In, reflecting that there was drama in the air that day, and so encouraged everyone to withdraw from gossips, rumors, and whatever else that may come their way. By this point, news of her supposed incest were causing a stir on Twitter, triggering the terms Chris Chan and Chris Chan did what? To trend on the site. Briefly
I remember.
Topics representing the international
it overtook the fucking Olympics
that were at the time taking place in Tokyo, Japan.
That's
Melvin
insane.
asked her directly about the situation.
That is insane, okay? Because I remember it was like, what, 2020? We were all stuck inside. I was drinking every fucking day and shit. And I just remember being all lit, dude. Holy fuck, Chris did what? Holy fuck, man. Like, dude, imagine that, a locale be taking prominence online over the fucking Olympics. So, I mean, that's insane.
Christine complained that she had told that to Bella in the strictest confidence and had asked her not to share it with anyone else. Null asked if Bella was her elderly girlfriend,
I'm early
with
as
Chris
fuck
clarifying
today,
that it was Instagram user and creator member Anonymous. Null credit that he had told Chris Bella was a troll the first time he was shown her Instagram account. Over on the QB forums, Null suggested that Christine was in fact lying about having sex with Barbara in an effort to cover up the apparently embarrassing fact that he was having sex with an elderly girlfriend. He then shared this information with the QB forums in a dedicated thread, stating that the only other person who had known about it was a certain Bella, a supposed troll persona. Null
how you gonna see her defend a motherfucker, a literal motherfucker, bro?
Yes, it is true. The sex was consensual with Barbara. Meanwhile, in private messages to the Sutras, Bella expressed her excitement and joy because, in her words, they broke the internet. The Sutras, on the other hand, remained reserved and anxious, since her aim was to meet Chris, which now seemed unlikely. She said she was scared, possibly of having her identity found out, with Bella reassuring her that she would protect the Sutras because she was anonymous and that the two were quote-unquote the best trolls in history. They also planned to contact Null in order to convince him of falsified information to keep themselves anonymous. Meanwhile, Maker Knight V, after a month of no contact, expressed shock at the news, asking Chris if she was actually having sex with her mother. Chris is not believed to have responded. Sometime after 1 p.m. on July 30th, in response to an unquestionably significant flurry of concerned callers, Greene County Police arrived at the Chandler house for a welfare check to confirm the well-being of the residents. The exact details of their examination are unknown, but as a result of their visit, Barbara was taken to a hospital to have her mental and physical condition thoroughly checked, and Chris was served with an emergency protective order, or EPO, meaning that she was not allowed to come within 300 feet of her mother or the house, which was under Barbara's name. The EPO was set to last until August 5th.
I remember this. This is about the time Noel cut his ass off.
Christine would have committed either a misdemeanor or a Class 5 felony in the state of Virginia, depending on the case, which, if convicted, would lead her to serve 1 to 10 years in prison. At the time, it was unknown whether she could also be potentially charged with rape, as Barbara's uncertain mental state could have made her unable to give consent. After Chris vacated the premises, she drove the family van to the house of her Aunt Harriet and Uncle Tom, hoping to find refuge. They were not at home at the time, so she waited in the car.
Chris was on the run!
The WCT reached out to her, asking to find out more information.
Hold on, bro. Chris was literally on the run, bro. That's funny as fuck to me. Like, Chris was like, pack the van, fucking, I need a dip, dog. They about to catch my ass.
Chris regaled him with her tales
like, you know, that shows you Chris's state of mind almost.
And also her low funds.
Like, yeah, Chris is dumb, but not that dumb. Chris knows it fucked up.
And Chris confirmed,
I gotta run. I need to go to my aunt's house.
She then posited that the recording was leaked by either her roommate or an unnamed 42-year-old male accomplice, a theory posed to Christine by Bella to assuage guilt. WCT then directly asked her if the allegation of her having sex with her mother was true. Christine simply answered, yes. When asked
to do
this, Chris wrote that the love and affection between them was genuine, and that Barbara had made the choice to make the first sexual move in sound mind, body, and soul. WCT reminded her that incest was wrong, and that she could be found guilty of a felony, but
Chris knows
said
incest is wrong
she would return to the house safely and without judgment. WCT asked about her knowledge of the Sutras who was alluded to in the call, and Chris confirmed it was the 19-year-old who was to accompany her at the convention. When the WCT asked her about a certain Discord user who had originally leaked the call, Christine suggested that the account possibly belonged to Bella's 42-year-old male accomplice, when in fact it belonged to the Sutras, and neither Chris nor WCT knew it. WCT was instructed to delete the messages concerning her confessions of incest, but he managed to screenshot them before he did so. Chris then returned one last time to the Knights of Quick Discord server to post her PayPal account, asking its members for donations of preferably over $100 for accommodation. Soon after, to another Discord user, the WCT boasted that he would be featured in the Chris Chan, a comprehensive history YouTube series, as one of the final protagonists, seemingly presenting this as fact without prompt or added context. After sharing the recent information with the Knights of Quick, WCT learned from Anaxis and others that the original Discord leaker of the recording was indeed the Sutras. He then direct messaged Bella, asking her to explain herself. She continually placed the blame on ones Avery Oswald and Tenery Merck, two unrelated figures who, according to her, worked for Chris's internet service provider and had hacked Chris's modem and leaked the call. Bella could not explain their motives for allegedly hacking Chris's modem and insisted that WCT disavow her for committing the crime.
See,
the two
this
names
some
she
shit
had
that
given
Phil be
belonged
going
to
through,
a member
bruh.
of the chess club and a student
Who
at
hacked
Texas
my
Tech
modem?
University, neither of whom had any involvement in
I'm
the
telling
affair.
you, dude, Chris
After
and
these
Phil are
messages,
direct parallels
the
of each
WCT
other.
created the Discord server
I
regarding
just think
Chris
that like
and
Phil probably
invited
has
Bella and select trusted
Asperger's
members of the
combined
Knights
with
of Quick who would
narcissism and
interrogate her in an
sociopathy.
attempt to get to the truth.
But you know,
She
I'm
kept
a
laying the
retarded
blame
chef.
on Avery
I'm not
Oswald
a
and Tenery Merck,
psychologist.
and when shown a photo of the
Y'all
Sutras
go
to
ask
confirm
Steve
if it
about
was the
that,
same
you
woman
know?
being talked
But
about in the recording,
Chris
Bella
and Phil are
denied it
so
and
similar.
claimed that the woman mentioned in the call was a girl under the age of consent. Bella further spread lies by stating Christine would restrict Barbara from eating unless she performed fellatio on Chris,
What the
and that Chris
fuck?
would cause her mother to scream in pain from being penetrated simultaneously by 3 vibrators.
This is
Bella
so
also began
horrible.
spreading the rumor that the two experimented with
Fucking
bondage
Bella,
play.
dog.
She then changed her story and tried to convince the others that
See, and this is straight, bro. If Bella, I swear to God, if Bella just shut the fuck up, right? People would have gave her shit, but people wouldn't have started digging into her and what she's doing. They're like, bro, what the fuck is this, Bella? You're fucking wildin', bitch.
was the Sutras' voice
This
in the
bitch
call
is fucking
recording
crazy.
and not her own, going against what Chris had revealed to both Null
What's up,
and
Ruthless?
WCT.
Good to see you, man.
Bella then asked the others
Yeah,
if
today's
anyone
gonna
knew
be a
Geno
fucking
Samuel,
weird one,
for she
okay?
wished to be
Just be
excluded
ready.
from the Chris Chan, a comprehensive history documentary series.
No punches are
WCT
being pulled
replied
today.
that he knew
We're
the
going
YouTuber
hard.
and would inform him of the situation. Meanwhile, when asked about Christine, organizers of the Everfree Northwest convention stated that their policy was to ensure the safety and comfort for all attendees, refraining from referring to Chris directly, as was against their policy. Chris later confirmed to the Knights of Quick that she did indeed get silently blacklisted from the convention and her pass revoked. In addition, when Christine's Aunt Harriet and Uncle Tom...
I'm sorry to derail the Chris shit, but I'm playing this Kakarrot game. And I'm trying to play it with the DLCs. And I'm doing the Dragon Ball shit, bro. And I'm hyped as fuck. This is so faithful to the final volume of Dragon Ball. You know, where Goku fights fucking Piccolo for the first time and shit. And dude, like the colors and all that, like holy fuck. The cutscenes, holy shit. Like, if you're a Dragon Ball head, the fucking gameplay is kind of garbage a little bit. You know, but I overlook it a little. Because I don't know, I'm super biased. But holy shit, this is so faithful to the manga, dude. Fuck the anime.
They allegedly told the
this
police
is like a
that she
frame
was not
for
allowed
frame
to
for
come
the
to their
book
house.
so far.
Chris thus took
Like
Null's advice
Goku
and
meeting
spent that night
Chi-Chi
in
and
the
all
back
that
of her
bullshit,
van.
bro.
Null also privately criticized Chris further for continuing to chat casually with Bella after confessing a crime to her, which resulted in Chris getting kicked out of her own house, with the looming possibility of criminal charges being pressed. Christine replied that she was spiritually guided
like Teen
and sound of
Goku,
mind.
bro. They
Null
should have
responded,
fucking
"I really
expanded
don't
on the
think you
Teen
will ever get
Goku
it.
shit.
It's
dog.
probably too late now anyways." That night,
Teen
Chris
Goku
slept for
was
a
kinda
total of an
slept
hour
on.
and a half. On July 31st, 38 minutes past midnight, Null received a notification from Chris's email account to which he had access, noting that Christine had seemingly been sent $750 to her bank account from Barbara Chandler's bank account. At
Oh
around
yeah,
6 in
this
the
is
morning,
where Null cut
asked
fucking Chris
if she had asked
finally.
her mother to send money. concerned that was...
Yeah, I remember this. This is finally when Noel cut off Chris Chan. When it was obvious, like, Chris was straight up like, yeah, I took money from my mom's bank account, and Chris used it to get a hotel. This was right before Chris got arrested at the hotel, and Frank Castle was fucking sitting there framing it, or fucking, filming it and shit, yelling at Chris Chan. Bro, 2020 was such a litty fucking
probably
year.
In violation of the emergency protective order.
Like, for low-cal content, I wish I was, like, making content around it, bro.
Any money and had instead
this shit would have been so fucking, like, a lit-ass
screenshot of the email Chris's account received.
Phil is sitting here all fucked off. Chris Chan went to jail.
She did have control over her bank account, writing that the $750 was withdrawn to herself for an emergency, and that she would return it once she got another payment from an unmentioned source of $1,000 in her account. Null confirmed for himself that this constituted as stealing from the alleged abused party, which violated the EPO, and then blocked Christine and notified relevant authorities. He declared on QB Farms that he was done helping Chris once and for all.
But you see that? You see how fucking Null is, bro? You see how this stupid, hypocritical, fucking weirdo is? This fucking neckbeard, bro? It's like, yeah, bro, you fucked your mom, that's cool. You stole $1,000 from her bank account? Nope, you're done, we're done. We're done, bro. Like, stealing money from your mother is worse to Null than fucking them. Like, that shows you how fucking ass backwards this fucking weirdo is, bro.
Later on, Christine told the WCT over Discord that she had found herself a hotel to stay at for $56 per night. WCT agreed with Null's remarks regarding Bella that Chris trusted women too much. Chris then complained that the hotel became a necessity since Aunt Harriet and Uncle Tom, apparently the only relatives who could have helped her,
was the first incel
and had refused to assist her. In addition, she revealed the police
That's crazy.
To bring Barbara.
Don't forget that. A lot of people forget that. Like, damn, Chris was a fucking pioneer, bro. Chris was the first incel, right? Like, the first, like, kind of viral transsexual person, the first low-cow, arguably the first Let's Player. Like, Chris was a trailblazer out here. Don't sleep on the double C. Don't sleep on Jesus Christ, dog. Holy fuck.
As she was still being kept at the UVA hospital. Chris claimed to have left for hospital staff a scary voicemail message, since her mother had to go back home to tend to their dog.
So yeah, Chris has always just fell for things
she later confirmed
if they came from a supposedly woman's mouth every time. That's a good thing that Geno pointed out.
If she were to be confronted by the authorities, she should cooperate with them.
Yo, what's up, Dabzilla? Good to see you, homie.
Twitter, Reddit, and other internet communities continued to discuss the Chris Chan incest situation, with game creator Edmund McMillan taking notice, revealing to his fans that he planned to replace the artwork Chris had made for his The Binding of Isaac 4 Souls card game. Null then updated the GoFundMe page to tell donors that Christine had confessed to a then yet unknown party of aggressive sexual behavior towards her mother, and was served with a week-long EPO. Since convention organizers revoked her ticket, Null wrote to her donors that the fundraiser no longer served a legitimate purpose, and made the decision to refund all donators. He expressed his initial satisfaction with her work ethic at fulfilling commissions, leading him to believe she would be able to sustain herself solely from her work. But the incest revelation left him questioning that scheme. He expressed further his thoughts on the subject on his livestream show, Mad at the Internet.
So, both of them, technically, if this is true, could go to jail for a year, right? So that's problem A for Chris. Problem B is that a lot of what I would have in mind for him if he was willing to do the work that I give him. If I set up like a thing where people could buy commissions and shout outs from him and have that as a sustainable way for him to stay out of homelessness after Barb dies. But Chris, I know, has $40,000 in unsecured consumer debt. I know that the house has at different times had 2 mortgages on it. So that's a fucking issue. If she dies and this mortgage is untenable, if she has 2 mortgages, and it's like, okay, well, you have to declare bankruptcy and you're going to be homeless now, Chris. Sorry. Like, so my plan was set up this thing, right, where Chris can make money doing things that people are willing to pay him for. Very obviously willing to pay him hundreds of dollars for shout outs, for podcast appearances, for drawings, for different commissions. Like, they are very willing to throw money at Chris for these novelties. That's jeopardized if he's a motherfucker. Right? I mean, here's in my head, the way I see this, I just imagine like a mugshot of Chris with like the name Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu as like the inmate name, and then below it says crime, and then it says like incest. And I just imagine that mugshot picture being shared on like social media by normies. Like, no matter what happens, I'm gonna continue to set that up. The only way that I will completely like say no, it's not gonna help anymore is if he doesn't do what I asked him to do. And his defense, I never asked him not to fuck his mother.
My wife is all shy. She doesn't like to come on and start talking. She feels like she derails shit. But me and my wife, I feel like Chris should still be in prison for a few more years. But what my wife pointed out to me is that Chris Chan technically did their time. You know, for like the crimes they did, Chris was looking at from a year to 10 years in prison. And if it went to trial and Chris was found guilty, right, the judge probably would have thrown the book at Chris, gave him 10 fucking years. But, you know, on a technical scale, Chris did 2.5. So the judge looked at that as time served, right? And Chris probably had to sit here with a bunch of stipulations, like Chris couldn't go home, Chris couldn't talk to Barb, and shit like that. But, you know, to me, that's what I don't like about our justice system, you know? There's people in prison that are serving time for kind of less shit, and for shit with no fucking victims. Like, no one got hurt or nothing, right? It's just the way the laws are fucking structured state by state. And it's kind of shitty that Chris could sit here and fucking fuck their mom and all that humfuruf, and, you know, hi, I'm back, guys, here's my drawings. You know, like, nothing ever happened. Like, as if they never fucked their mom. Like, Chris didn't learn a lesson. You know, if Chris learned a lesson, it's probably to just shut the fuck up and leave things that they do to themselves, or else they'll have to be in jail and not get to watch My Little Pony or draw and shit like that, bro. You know, so it's just a
So he hasn't betrayed my trust in that concept, but I will make it clear to him that he should know he should not fuck his mother, and if he has fucked his mother, he should no longer fuck his mother. I will lay that out on the table crystal fucking clear, and if there's any more mother fornication happening, I will have to distance myself from Chris.
You should distance yourself.
I will leave it up to the imagination of you, the audience, the people listening to this on the inevitable Geno Samuel documentary, episode 246, that this will be featured in, if they actually believe
240. He's on 86, or what is this, 82,
that's
bro?
all I have to say.
All the while in the Regarding Chris Discord server,
Phil's still
Bella
not
continued
on, bro.
to
He'll
spread
be on
misinformation
soon.
to
Let
her
me double
interviewers
check.
by showcasing to them fabricated screenshots of texts Chris.
Well, fun's over, guys. We'll try to finish this another day, but we're like 3/4 through. Phil's on. Time to start the shit show.
The whole stream to be okay. I beat one boss.
Oh my god, dude! And he's wearing glasses. Like, there's a heat wave. Literally, he's wearing glasses and these gay fucking shirts because he wants you to, you know, it's like he thinks it's hot, but it's like his alcoholism, bro. He drinks so much, his body can't regulate its fucking body heat and its temperature and shit. So while Phil feels hot, it's fucking cold as shit in Seattle, bro. It's fucking cold here in Arizona, dog. You know what I mean? So Phil's just sitting here like having the sweats because of his fucking alcoholism, bro. And he's trying to like project as if we should all think it's hot in Seattle when it's not. So let me put on the glasses and this short sleeve shirt. It's so hot, guys. Bro, oh my God. It's going to be one of those days.
I want to be able to make good progress every time I play the game. And this game is so made so meticulously and drawn out, it's very hard to ever say I made progress. You know, it's like a slow trickle game. And so, you know, I'm an hour into this boss fight. I'm like, is this ever going to end? Like, you can see I'm whooping his ass, right? Like, he's never going to have a chance to beat me. So why do I have to take so long to beat him? Why does the game make it so tedious? Anyway, so I do beat him. And then there's like epic loot, and I'm looking at the loot, and of course you got to figure out, are you going to use the loot or not? And I do all that. And then finally, for the last hour of the stream, I was able to go in another direction. We got ambushed, and then we went to a new dungeon, and that's what the next stream will be, a new dungeon against a vampire kind of deal, almost like Castlevania. Okay? In fact, we already fought werewolves and stuff, which was kind of neat, I'll be honest. So anyway, stream went well, okay? I basically handed one of the epic bosses of the game his own ass in a paper bag. He had no chance of doing anything to me. It was pretty embarrassing.
His mic sounds so shitty,
and
bro.
So, what's the reaction of the internet? Well, it's a mixed reaction. The people who were there live seem to enjoy it, all right? The people who watched on demand, some are liking it, and some are literally, I'm not kidding you, complaining. Oh, you make this game so boring with the way you play it.
Because it's true.
What? I make the game boring with the way I play it.
Phil,
one person actually complained. Here's what they said. You kept looking at your abilities to see what they do.
Yeah.
Why don't you play the game faster? I'm not kidding. That was a comment on the video. I was like, I'm in a turn-based strategy RPG. You're complaining that I'm looking at my abilities to see what they do.
This guy, bro. He can't take it. I feel he suck, man.
Yeah, and then,
it's okay.
You know, someone's like, oh, well, basically, you know, when I played
I'm a shitty
I took half as long as you.
Right?
No, I died on the first try, but on my second retry, I was able to do it. It's like, wait a minute. So did you read what you just fucking posted? You lost on the first try because you rushed into the fight unprepared. You weren't looking at the descriptions. You weren't figuring it out. And then you had to play it a second time to beat it. So what's your complaint? I said, like, what the fuck? I thought that's how these games were designed, right? It drives me nuts. But that's what I mean. Like, it seems like no matter how I play a game or what I do, I'm always in the wrong. If I had rushed into that fight and I wasn't meticulous and I was just dying, losing like nonstop, people would be like, wow, he's like the worst player ever. He doesn't pay any attention. He's in an RPG, he played for 120 hours. He still doesn't pay attention to anything.
If you're at that point of fucking feeling
so then it's the opposite. It's you. I completely destroyed the boss because I actually played well. And then I get told, oh, you still did it wrong. This was terrible, you know. Anyway, just expect a lot more of that moving forward because that's how people are on the internet towards me. No matter what I do, I'm always bad, right?
Because you are.
Anyway.
All the time.
We did make good progress yesterday, but again, it's funny because they're like, okay, you've beat one of the major quest lines to end the game. What's next? Okay, we're going to do the Vampire Castle. What's after that? Well, then you got to do the Shadowheart quest line. What's after that? Oh, then there's the dungeon underground for Will's quest line with the dragon. Okay, what's after that? Oh, you have to go fight the Ball followers and free Lae'zel. Okay, what's after that? Then you have to do the quest line for the Githyanki to free the Githyanki prince. Okay, what's after that? It's like, wait, what? I thought we're at the end of the game. I thought this is the end of the game. And if each one of those quests takes a stream, how fucking long is it going to take for me to beat this game? This is insane.
This is
at this
insane,
point.
guys.
Like, it's like, why did they backload the game?
A role-playing game has
so
a lot of content.
I just don't understand it. You saved all these quests for the end of the game when you should be in the home stretch and feeling like you're barreling towards progress and your end. Instead, it's like you're meandering around. And I'm going to be honest, I think this kills the pacing of the game. Most people by this point would want to be seeing the resolution of everything and get ready for an ending. And instead, it's just kind of like staying and just fucking bouncing around. And to be honest, with all of that, it makes me want to skip content. I'm just being honest. Like, it does. It makes me want to skip content that people are telling me I can skip. Like, for example, I guess for the resolution of the Baldur's Gate City plotline, where the city is taken over by Gortash, okay? There's different ways to go about it. And if I just, like, straightforward go for him, it saves time, but it's much harder because those robots are still active, and so you have to fight the robots and him. Or you could just disable the robots, but that takes a lot of extra work. So I might just fucking seriously just say fuck it and just go for him, because I don't want to be playing this for another 20 extra hours to do it in that way. I want this game to be over. I'm not saying I don't like the game and I just want it to be over because I hate it.
Yeah, he is.
I just want the.
We all
I'm
know
exhausted.
the truth.
I think that's the best way to explain
Phil
it.
hates
I'm feeling
Baldur's
exhausted.
Gate.
I've been playing this game since
it.
fucking December. We're
He wants it to be
120
over
hours
already.
in, and how the hell is the end not in sight yet? It drives me nuts. I want to play other games, and I can't fucking play other games until I finish this insano long game. What is going on with this game? Okay? So, yeah, we'll see what happens. We're going to continue with this, but yeah, I mean, it's people are, well, when are you going to finish that game? I seriously don't fucking know. Like, if we finish the Vampire Castle on Monday, and then, let's say on Tuesday, we do the Shadowheart quest, and maybe we do the Will quest. And then on Wednesday, maybe we do the Ball Followers quest, right? Great. We're like not even halfway into the end game stuff yet. Like, there's still 10 more missions to do. It's like,
you don't have to do it, Phil. That's the beauty of these games. You don't even have to do it, my guy. You can just sit here and do the main story. But good luck, right? Like, good luck.
Green Mega Man says, current pacing, you're 10 daytime streams away, then fuck that. I'm seriously going to skip stuff. Really, I mean it. Like,
yeah, skip it,
I'm
Phil.
just going to skip stuff.
Your gameplay sucks either way.
I just
like,
want
bro,
to see the end so I can play other games. On Friday, there's a new fucking game.
Guide it your way through fucking the House of Hope. I'm done.
Because I'm still playing Baldur's Gate 3. It's stupid at this point. Really, like, that's the best way to describe it. This is just stupid. All right? So, yeah, no, I'm not doing 15 to 20 more streams. We're beating this game within a couple of weeks, one way or another. You know, really. And the thing is, I at least want to see kind of the resolution for your followers, because that's kind of important. You know, they've been along the journey. They all had their own private missions or whatever. You want to see those end. But I'm probably just going to skip any other side shit that I come across at this point. I don't see the point of doing it, right? So, anyway, yeah, let's keep going. And again, thanks to those who are still with me for that playthrough. You know, apologies for my frustration, but, you know, this is just me as a honest person being honest with you. It's frustrating, you know, as an outsider to that style of game. It's just too much of a commitment. It is. Like, this is why I was so apprehensive about playing the game to begin with, because everyone warned me that it was going to be this much of an investment and commitment. And it's like, yeah, but I'm a variety streamer. This is going to kill the channel. And it has. Like, take a look at the last 2 months where all views and engagement are down because people don't come around for Baldur's Gate. It's the same few people, which is fine. You know, I enjoy having like 200,
over 100 bucks yesterday.
But that's not going to support my whole channel forever. You know what I'm saying? We've got to get through this. All right. So anyway,
nah, you. That's your money.
Then last night we played Like a Dragon Infinite Well, and the good news is, unlike Baldur's Gate 3, I feel like we are making major progress in that game. We basically barreled through the story last night. We finished chapter 10. We got into chapter 11. Big major plot reveals, big plot twists. Although I'm going to be honest, again, which a lot of people don't like, but I'm going to be honest. I do feel now that we are in chapter 11 of 14 and the game's almost over, I actually feel like, sadly, the story of this game is way worse than the one of the last one. Like, the story of Like a Dragon, or Yakuza Like a Dragon, was hugely involved with heavy Yakuza plot lines and influence, interesting, notable characters, and it just felt more in line with what you would expect from the Yakuza franchise. With this game having a heavy focus on this religious group cult, and, you know, it's just not as good. And in fact, it's kind of nonsensical. Like, the main plot line of the game is that, oh, you know, there's a religious cult or whatever, and they have all this influence in Hawaii, but then there's a successor that is coming out of nowhere that is challenging the leader of the cult. It doesn't even make sense. Like, when you logically sit down and think about it, the plot makes zero sense at all. And that's what the plot they went with for the whole game. So, it's very annoying because we're nearing the end, and I'm like, oh, is it gonna get better? Is it gonna have like more explanation or something? And it's like, no, this is just a plot, and you just gotta accept it. And I'm like, oh, plot kind of sucks. And also, definitely, they have several things going on in the game that just don't make any sense. Like, for example, all right, in the plot right now, someone got kidnapped, and your job is to rescue them. So what happened? You find out the people who kidnapped the person are at a nightclub having drinks. When you kidnap someone, okay, do you immediately take them to where you kidnap them to go, right? Or do you hide them like in a side room and have drinks at a nightclub?
You have drinks at a nightclub.
Leaving the door open for someone to come after you and rescue them.
Phil, you don't know shit about kidnapping, murder, bro. Those things are exhausting. Like, think about it, bro. You gotta hype yourself up to even commit the fucking crime. And then while you're committing the crime, you're sitting here getting fucking adrenaline out. All that shit, right? And then the crime's committed. You ain't got caught, knowing everybody's okay. And then you chill a second. You're like, fuck, I'm fucking hungry. I'm hungry. You guys want Mickey D's? Yeah. You guys want to go to the club real quick? Let's get our dick sucked. Like, dude, fucking committing crime is a very taxing fucking business sometimes. Phil don't know about that.
The plot doesn't even make sense anymore. And that's what I mean. Like, I feel like
you don't know what kidnappers do, how they feel.
Where the writers kind of
I imagine it's a very exhausting thing. You want to relax
with Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, the gameplay, the combat is much better than the last game.
Your house,
the actual open world roaming of two different areas, Hawaii and Japan,
bro.
Much better than the last game. The graphics are much improved. You know, like there's so many things that have been massively improved. The one thing that I feel is failing is the story, and that's sad because it's an epic RPG. It should have a great story, and I don't think the story is actually that good now. And by the way, we're 50 hours in to Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and I feel like we're going to basically barrel through this. Like, I do feel like if we just keep focusing on the story, which is what I'm going to do, you know, if there's a few conversations or quick reminiscing scenes between story stages, I'll do those, like if we run into them in the street. But for the most part, I'm just going to keep focusing on the story. So maybe we'll finish that sooner rather than later. We're going to be playing that again Tuesday and Wednesday night, and then several night streams next week. We may actually beat the game, which is fine if we do. It's just a shame that if this were another situation, and if this were a time when basically I was not playing so many RPGs or in a hurry to finish these RPGs to play more games, I would take more time. I would actually do more side content, because I think the side content of Yakuza games is one of its strongest suits. Some of the funny missions in that game are some of the most entertaining parts. But it's like, dude, I'm 50 hours in, and we're ready for the end, and we're ready for new games. We can't have this game linger another 2 months. It's ridiculous how long these games take to beat now. So, we'll see what happens. It's funny because it almost looks like now we are going to finish Like a Dragon before Baldur's Gate 3. It literally looks like that. While Baldur's Gate 3, every stream is a daytime stream of 3+ hours, and we're playing it more frequently than Like a Dragon, it actually looks like we can beat Infinite Wealth first because of the way that these games are paced. So, I guess we shall find out, shall we? But anyway, RPG Overload continues, but the good news is we have major progress in it, and I'm happy that we do have major progress in it.
Damn, bro.
And I hope that we can wrap up these games, like I said, within a couple of weeks. I really want these done by the end of March so that we can focus on new games moving forward, okay? Now, let's go over the schedule very quickly. Today, React Day. After the show ends, we head over to the React channel, DSP Reacts, and we're going to do DSP versus the Internet, my weekly clip show, where the channel members there submit clips and we watch them back. We actually have way more Ultra member submissions this week, and some good ones. Like, someone submitted the trailer for Alone in the Dark. And I didn't even know what Alone in the Dark was, and we're going to watch the trailer today and judge and see if it's something we want to play together. I think we might, judging on what the trailer looks like. Excuse me. Then, tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it is Retro React of Heavy Rain. We are now in the home stretch. The Heavy Rain playthrough is 60 parts, and we are 40 parts in. We've been basically on average watching 10 parts a stream. So I think tonight we'll probably get through another 10 parts, setting us up for the finale next weekend. And it should be great. Like, now we're heading into some of the more dramatic parts. There's some stuff coming up here that's actually kind of funny. There's a huge game bug coming up. That this is one of the moments where I raged, like, really hard during the original playthrough because the game would crash. And it's like, Heavy Rain had bugs at launch. There was already some awful audio bugs and problems that I've had in the playthrough. But this one is, like, game-breaking. And it happens, and I freak out. Remember, this is one of my early controller slams that happens in any of my content. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I think that's tonight. So that should be fun. Okay, that's over on the DSP Throwback channel for those who are interested. Tomorrow we get back into gameplay. It's going to be the podcast followed by Baldur's Gate 3. As I said, we're taking on this vampire castle to see if we can wrap it up. We cannot do a late stream tomorrow night because this is the final week in a row where, number one, I've got private Patreon videos to film and upload. And number two, I have to finish my own personal stuff going on with the business behind the scenes. You know, this time of year, always got to work on that kind of shit. But we're going to wrap that up Monday night, so I don't have to do it after that. And then I'll be back to double streams every day after the fact. So finally, we'll be through that, okay? Then Tuesday, more Baldur's Gate 3 and more Like a Dragon. Wednesday, more Baldur's Gate 3 and more Like a Dragon. Thursday is my day off. Friday is a brand new game. And we have to decide at this point, is it the brand new game going to be Dragon's Dogma 2, or is it going to be Rise of the Ronin? I feel like there's various different reasons why each game
that's a hard decision.
You know, better or worse, okay?
I'm getting Dragon's Dogma. I don't give a fuck,
It's a very different kind of
RPG. I'll tell you, Rise of the Ronin
just looks
basic
almost is like a hybrid of Monster
really
Hunter
does.
with fantasy
I could
elements.
be wrong, but
there hasn't been a Dragon's Dogma game over a
the
decade, so it's one that's
so.
long expected. Hype for it is high right now. A lot of people are talking about it and feeling like it might be a Game of the Year contender. So there you go. However, on the flip side of that, it's another RPG, and we're coming out of RPG overload into another RPG if I play it, right? In addition,
he tries to sell this like a used
it's
car
very slow paced. It's probably going to be a long-term playthrough. Again, another game I'm wrapping myself into a giant playthrough.
Phil, I'm not falling for it. You're playing like 2 RPGs, homie.
And so, you know, yeah, those 2 factors alone. It's another RPG. It's going to be a super lengthy playthrough. Is it going to fit the content right now? Are people going to like it, or are they going to complain after 2 streams it's too boring, too drawn out, and not 10? I don't know. Rise of the Ronin. Definitely a more action-based game, all right, than most other options now. It is a hybrid between, say, Sekiro and Assassin's Creed from what people who did early previews have stated. And people are saying that basically it's a mix. Some people say it's an open world full of content. It's really fun. You'll really like it. And others are like, nah, I played it for 3-4 hours. I got really bored because it's the same thing over and over. And it basically follows all the tropes of Team Ninja games and doesn't really innovate that much. So it's not that good of a game. So it's weird because the early previews were kind of split. And people didn't really wholeheartedly agree if it was great or not. I guess it's really subjective. So the way I see it is, with Rise of the Ronin, could be a game where, again, maybe the first couple streams people will show up just for curiosity's sake. But after that, depending on how the game is, people might either love or hate it. And then after a couple of streams, it might just fizzle and die and be super boring, right? So I'm not sure, out of the 2 games coming out on Friday, I don't know what we're gonna choose. All right? Now, whatever we choose, I'm playing all day on Friday, literally all day long, double stream day. But then after that, we are going back to Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon to continue the push to finish them. So we will take 1 day break to see the new game, get that good first day taste of it. And then we're going to put it on hiatus and shelve it for a bit to beat the other games. And then we're going to go back to it right away once we beat the other games. Okay? That's how I'm handling it. I can't play that and the other games. It's never going to work. It's going to be too much at once. So we will get that premiere day content, which is excellent, right? But, excuse me. But then we got to go back and finish the other games, you know, if possible. So that's how I'm handling it. All right. So after that, expect more Baldur's Gate 3, more Like a Dragon constantly until we wrap them up. So I still have another 9 hours of Baldur's Gate 3 this week, another 4 hours of Like a Dragon, taking that hiatus from it on Friday, but then going right back into the mix of it next week. Okay.
Oh my god, bro, this is hard. What the fuck?
Outside of that, like I said, Alone in the Dark.
I'm actually struggling,
We're gonna watch the trailer of that today.
What the hell?
Something we want to play or not. Final Fantasy VII's in the lurch, right? And the question is, will I play
Hell
it?
no,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
probably
beat this
in the
dude.
future. But there's no way I can play it right now. I have to finish these 2 other RPGs. We have to get a new game launched and then determine if and when Final Fantasy VII comes back to the mix. Okay, so I hope you understand that. And then outside of that, the next thing that we actually need to start planning for, because if you can believe it, in less than 3 weeks, it's my birthday, and we're gonna do my annual birthday event.
I need to try again.
I can't believe we're less than 3 weeks away from my birthday. We're not even talking about it yet, right? We got so much other stuff that I'm trying to get through and go and get to that we haven't even taken a look.
I love how Phil thinks you should give a fuck about a 41-year-old's birthday.
Right? We haven't. So what do you guys want to do for my birthday event? All right?
I'm done.
What are we going to do? My birthday event will be on Saturday, April 6th, for the record. I'm going to be 42 years old.
Yeah,
Isn't
Phil.
42 the number?
It's
old. Life, the universe, and everything.
It's too old
or the
to be
answer
doing
to the question
this.
about life, the universe, and everything in the
all right. I need to
Hitchhiker's Guidebooks.
Fuck.
I think it is, right? The problem is no one knows the question. Everyone knows the answer, but no one knows what the actual question is. That's the running joke. So I'm going to be 42. I'm going to be the age of the answer to the life, the universe, and everything, but no one knows the question. It's interesting. So the question is, what do you guys want to do for my birthday? Here's what we 100% will be doing. Number one, we're going to do a schedule update, meaning I'm going to go through this gaming schedule for the rest of the year. I'm going to mark off the games that I'm interested in. I'm sure you guys are going to bring up games, and we're going to try to at least populate a calendar to determine exactly what we're all going to be doing.
Same shit he did in October, bro.
Between now and the end of the year. That way we have that
same
outline.
shit, different
and then what we can do is we can begin to fill in the blanks.
Bro,
okay, this time of year is going to be light on game releases, so what would we like to do? Should we bring back a game like Sea of Stars? Should we play a new playthrough? You know, we'll figure that out. I would tell you right now, in May, likely we're bringing back Elden Ring to finish up my second run, and then in June we're doing the DLC.
No, he's just
right?
doing
so
it to try to hype people up for the DLC.
Right?
I did my
Douglas
second
Adams.
run.
I know. Douglas
now
Adams
give me
was
buddies
a very
to play
fun,
DLC.
witty, sarcastic writer. I liked all those Hitchhiker's books. I read them all when I was younger, and I really enjoyed them. So anyway, so we got to figure that out. That we're definitely doing during the marathon, a schedule update. Another thing we're definitely doing is I'll order some food, and we'll actually do a feasting with Phil, which we haven't done, you know, in a good amount of time, for like an ordered food, like a taste test. And then we're also going to be doing birthday cake. My wife's going to make me a birthday cake, and I'll have a slice of that and celebrate my birthday with all of you. But
like
that
a
mom,
mom,
that's
what your mom probably does for you, right?
The schedule will probably take about an hour to an hour and a half, right? And
God, he's
the
so
food
sorry.
will probably take a half an
so
hour.
Weird.
So that's like 2 hours. But we got the rest of the day. So what do we want to do that day? You know, one thing we could do is if we are in the midst of all these games, we could just do a segment of each game. Like if you wanted to do a segment of, I don't know, either Dragon's Dogma or Rise of the Ronin, depending on what I'm playing, we could do like a 2-hour gameplay segment. Or we could maybe do a segment where Kat comes on the stream and does stuff. Like, for example, we are planning
I can lure my wife
to
out to you guys
in the next,
for my
few
birthday?
weeks, start a new
Would
co-op
that be
playthrough
fun?
of Beyond
No.
Two Souls.
Oh,
Maybe a segment of the
fun,
marathon
Phil.
could be us doing the co-op of Beyond Two Souls. But then again, I don't know, because if she has to make a cake that day, well, I guess it depends. She's not going to be cooking dinner because we're going to order. I guess we'll have to figure it out. All right? But that's what I'm saying. Maybe we could do that, right? Or maybe I could just, you know, we got to figure it out. What would you guys want for my marathon this year? Usually, we have a clear-cut idea of what I'm doing. This year, because we've been so rapidly, you know, behind because of all this RPG overload and everything, we haven't really had time to plan anything yet. And here we are, you know, less than 3 weeks away from the event. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even realize it's less than 3 weeks to my birthday. We got to figure out what to do that day, right? So think about it.
It's not my birthday. It's your birthday, you old fuck.
Please let me know exactly what you would like on that day. Give me your feedback, whether it's a comment on this video or, you know, chatting, you know, in the chat, and let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. And let's plan it, right? Yes, last year's cake was carrot cake, and it tasted absolutely amazing.
No,
but the recipe had too much oil in it, so we both got sick to our stomachs after we ate it. So we're definitely not doing carrot cake this year.
It was so good, it made us sick.
A more traditional cake that I like a chocolate cake or something like that.
The cake was so good, it made us sick to our stomachs, bruh. Sick.
Okay, so the 2 pieces of feedback that I need from all of you. Number 1, what game do you want to see me play this Friday? Is it either going to be Rise of the Ronin or Dragon's Dogma 2? Number 2, what do you want to see me do on my birthday marathon on April 6th? Right? What we need to start planning this out. So what would you like to do or see? Okay? And we'll go from there. Hopefully that sounds like a plan. All right, and RPG Overload continues as we continue to push to finish these 2 games in the next 2 weeks, and I'm hoping maybe we can wrap up these games. You know what? I hate to say it, but how crazy would it be if my finale stream of Baldur's Gate 3 is the birthday marathon? I mean, I really don't want that to be the case. I want to finish the game before then. But imagine if the final stream is during the birthday marathon when I'm basically, you know... Oh, by the way, since it is the birthday marathon, I'll probably have a few drinks and stuff, too. Like, I'll probably have some liquor and stuff over the course of the day. So imagine that, if, like, the final stream, I'm boozed up to finish Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, man. Ugh.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Like, I'm never drunk in front of you guys.
Some people are saying that would be great, and others are like, no. No. I don't know. We'll have to figure this out. All right, guys. Well, we have a little bit of time. I think what we should do is we should go to the suggestion box for a little bit and pull a couple suggestions and consider them.
Fuck yeah, bro. Suggestion box. Let's fucking go.
Sound good?
I love suggestion box.
Let's see.
I love it. I really do. I'm not even fucking being a dick.
Okay. Oh my god, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. Whew. I didn't mean to explode like that. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you did. Fuck you, Phil.
Oh, let's see. All right. I'm trying to skip ahead because basically this one person posted like 7,000 suggestions, and it's the same person who's demanding about the co-op and all this shit. And it's like, you get to the point where you realize some people are just never going to be satisfied, and they're just going to nitpick and demand things. It's like, there's a difference between like a suggestion for improvement, or you're just not satisfied until someone completely molds their content to exactly what you want. And the fun part is that there's tons of people out there like what you want. So why are you coming to someone else's content to demand?
You're the one asked for their money, Phil. You're the one be asking for them to watch everything.
Let's continue on. Let's jump back into some of these suggestions.
Why?
Okay?
Why you gotta act like this, boy?
All right, let's jump in.
You need to chill.
Reduce asking for support.
Yep. Yes, sir. That's
These
a good
segments put you in a
suggestion.
bad light and are the exact kind of clips the trolls want. It really comes off as desperate. Regulars already know how to support, and if newcomers don't know, they'll ask. People are smarter than you give them credit for. They'll figure out how to support.
Yep.
If anything, you should add a support command to your chat. When someone asks you, you can simply say, type the support command and you'll know how to support me. It doesn't turn into a long, drawn-out 10 to 30-minute segment about how giving you money that is going to be clipped out of context. It makes you look bad. We don't want another scoring debacle on our hands. Well, first of all, the scoring debacle is a whole separate thing. We all know.
No, it's not. It's about you begging for money. You're getting pissed when you don't get it, Phil.
It became a piece of dog
Come on,
shit.
bro.
And I was suffering with it. People were like demanding that I kept playing it.
I love it.
It's such a short game. And then we had an awful night where basically
you had a bad
really
night.
Pissed me off. And then I looked and literally I made like nothing that night. And I'm like, dude, I just killed myself playing this shitty ass game.
That's what he's talking about, though, Phil.
Imagine if you went to work one day.
Why you gotta act like this? Well, you don't get money for playing video games, bruh.
With that day of work. And then your boss walked up to you and said, "Oh, by the way."
Oh hell no! Stop trying to equate playing games with a 9 to 5. You need to stop.
That's 2 years ago. We've talked about that. I don't.
This
do
isn't
that
helping
anymore
your
because
case.
that's awful, right? Or at least I try not to do stuff like that anymore because we know how awful that was. But in general, I don't like asking for support at all. If I had to never ever talk about support, I never would. Really, like I wouldn't even bother. Do you think I like saying, "Oh, by the way, please, you know, support the stream with this, and this"? No,
gives you a high, Phil.
That's the opposite of what a streamer wants to do. A streamer wants to stream fun content. It's not fun to have to bring up ways to contribute and to say, "By the way, guys, today is a slow stream." But the bottom line is that's my livelihood. All right, unlike most other content creators out there who have opportunities outside of just their live streams to make funds, I don't. I cannot get sponsorship opportunities.
And all you do is make money,
opportunities.
How's that make
multiple
sense,
reasons,
Phil?
mostly because everyone on the internet has dumped on me for 10 years, unfairly slandering, defaming me, and treating me like the internet whipping boy. No company is going to want me to be a
Jesus
a
Christ
spokesperson for their
YouTube,
product, because if I ever did, my trolls would immediately go to their website, to their socials, and bombard them with fucking nasty shit, which would immediately make them say, why the hell did we do this? The whole point is to make our product look good and have more people buy it or experience it. And instead, all we have is a bunch of trolls harassing us online. So what happened here? You know, I don't get that. So because I don't have those supplementary levels of income, I don't have any other income sources outside of these streams and the revenue I make on YouTube behind the scenes, right? That's it. Okay, the one other thing is Patreon, right? Which is very small. It's maybe $200 to $300 a month I'll make on Patreon.
That's a lot of money.
Okay, so
yo, this guy.
That's a very different situation.
This fucking guy, you know, it's very small. It's like $200-$300, bro. That's what I'll pull on my YouTube check on a fucking shaky month, dog. Dude, so no, that's a good month for me. If I could pull 300 fucking bucks, you know, it's nothing. He wants you to think 300 bucks is nothing. Dude, 300 bucks sitting on your ass doing nothing but clicking buttons, that's a fucking lot, alright? Especially for like the 90% of fucking streamers out here that be sitting here with like less than 10 fucking viewers and shit. Like this guy,
in fact, I would say
gaslighting.
One of the most unique situations there are.
Straight up gaslighting. That's a lot of money,
that
bro.
I am, meaning not very big. I'm a very small time
jack
guy
shit,
when it comes to my streams, when it comes to
on
the
the extra, in the mix.
I still have a ton of support because I've been around for over 15 years, because there's people who absolutely love the content I put out despite the fact that so many people crap on me. They like me and want to see me persevere and continue through. So I have way more support than most people of my stature on the internet, right? Another person who gets like 300 viewers on a stream and a few hundred views on a video isn't likely to make a living doing it. I can't, because I'm lucky because I've been around so long and I've persevered through so much adversity that there's people.
That's a lie, okay? That's a lie. And I know this personally, and I'm not going to just start calling people out, name dropping like a lame. But, dude, Phil's gaslighting you. There's people in this community, bro, that'll pull over 200 fucking viewers, and I promise you, they're pulling in like 1,200 fucking bucks a month. At least. And I'm trying to tell you, that's enough to fucking kind of live off of. Like, on a minimum wage, you know? Like, you could pay some bills, bro. You could probably pay your fucking rent depending on where you live. Alright? Like, my rent's $1,600, but like this, what I'm paying in this stupid apartment, this shit's fucking $1,600. If I was pulling in 12, my guys, I probably wouldn't even have to fucking work anymore. Like, at all. Alright? So with Phil, it's straight up bullshit. Alright, he's pulling in a good amount of money.
For being such a long
you got 200 more, you're pulling in something, dog.
Different. I'm a different animal than most other people who do this for
You're
a living.
making at least
they all have to
what
follow
someone
the
at
algorithm.
McDonald's
they all have to
fucking
push and
makes.
chill and do all that stuff. And you know, I don't do that. But because I don't do all that other shit that they do, because essentially I don't have opportunity to do it, I have to focus on basically making a living on streams. So it very, very much stands to reason that on a day when I'm streaming and I have a slow day where I make almost nothing on my streams, that's a day when it's a bust for me. Like, I didn't make any money to pay my bills, to support my family, to do the things I need to do to make a living.
And this is a lie. All the shit he gets as far as tips, and I know I'm beating a dead horse. We all already know, okay? But that's all gambling money. Like, I always call it his fuck around funds, okay? He uses the tip money to fucking order food, to fucking get groceries, pet supplies, and to fucking sit here and just gamble all night. And for alcohol. You know, like, the money that goes in just goes out, bro. Alright? The YouTube check, he uses the YouTube check to clear all his fucking major bills for the month. The mortgage, the cell phones, maybe, like all those once a month bills, bro. You know, maybe the HBO Max, like the really dumbass bills that are more than like fucking $20. He gets the YouTube check, and he gets, bro, we've done the math. On a bad month, he'll probably pull in $6K. On a good month, he pulls in like 9 to 10,000 a fucking month in tips, bro, and super chats, super stickers, ad revenue, the Patreon. It all is like 6 to 10,000 a month, bro. That's what he uses to clear his month. So, bro, he still has money. It's still chilling there. And he uses that to gamble. And that's when he gets weird about the tips. When he has to start digging into the bill money, the YouTube check money. That he doesn't like doing that, bro. He has a really autistic fucking system that has been working for years, and it fucking is the way it's comfortable for him. He has money that he could fuck off with all day, and then he has for sure money that all the bills. He doesn't fucking sit here and stress like the average person. Oh, bro, if I fuck up, miss a day of work, whole hump for rough, you know, no. No matter what, this guy is okay. Alright, he can make $0 in raw tips, the cash, every single day, right? That YouTube check's still gonna have like 4 digits in it, and he can still pay his bills, right? And still get some food, and all that stupid shit. He don't be sitting here active like some of us in the trenches, bro. How many bills do you think a guy that stays inside fucking 6 days a week fucking has? Like, next to none, bro. So dude, I hate when he does this shit. That's why I hate him.
Living and keep
one of the reasons why I hate him.
That's a scary
the way he
thought
bullshits about how much money he has. Get out of here. He's wealthy.
I'm not far ahead enough where I can just say, oh, I could have a whole slow week and everything's good. I can't. If I had a slow week, I can't pay bills, you know? And that sucks.
Like,
I don't
get
like
out of here,
living
bro.
like that. But that's the situation that life is tossed.
Some of us make less money and can do just as much as Phil. You know, the shit he says he can't do.
A YouTuber who's like my stature and fluctuating income, and it's not stay. You know, that's neither here nor there. And truth be told, with all the hardships that I go through here financially, it's still better than any other job I've ever had. Every other job that I've had, it's this semblance of safety and stability that doesn't exist in corporate America specifically.
That's a lie.
You can be cut at
this
any
is
moment
a
for any
lie.
reason.
This is a lie. Yeah, you could get fired and all that bullshit, bro. Having an actual fucking 9-to-5, a fucking job, is way more stable and predictable and all that bullshit than sitting here clicking stream, bro, and throwing the dice, hoping that someone fucking likes you enough a certain day or feels charitable enough to give you a fucking dollar. Not only is that unstable, bro, that is so dehumanizing to a certain degree. And Phil doesn't realize that. That's why he has no humanity or self-respect anymore. He depends on you. Yes, you. To sit here and pay all his bills. That is not a fucking way to live your life. You have to have independence, bro. You have to have solid independence. And sitting here making tips doing nothing, bro. That's not independence, bro. YouTube could shut down any day, right? Fucking anything could happen at any point that could cut Phil's fucking nuts all the fucking way off, bro. And he'll be sitting here fucking literally with his dick in his hand with nothing to do because he has no job experience, no life experience, no social skills, and his little business degree, bro, that can only get you so far if you ain't fucking used it. I was a YouTuber. I was a YouTuber for 15 years, bro. Any average person like me will fucking laugh you out of the fucking job interview. Like, what the fuck do you have that's actually gonna help us in the real world? Being a YouTube don't do shit, dude. You know? And this guy has no concept on fucking reality no more. You know, all he has is coke. You know, he has like 11 pills of coke in a fucking bottle from the pharmacist.
And there's nothing you can do about it. I've experienced.
He has to sit here and rationalize with himself and thus project it on us how he's just okay. This isn't okay.
You know,
this isn't
so it doesn't
okay
matter
way to live
what you're doing,
or to
there's
make
never
content
stability.
and shit,
and with
dude.
YouTube, at least I've been
Hell
doing this now
no.
since 2011, and
You'll
again,
never
your
fucking
support,
convince me otherwise.
It's allowed me to say,
this
hey,
is very
the best
bad.
job I've ever had. I have control of my destiny, right?
No,
As
he
opposed to having to
doesn't.
answer to some boss that at any moment can shift around and kick me out. That's never going to happen if I'm an independent internet content creator. Yeah, the venue might change.
Well, yeah,
the
I make
format
less
might
money
change, but
to
I'm still
fill,
able
but I actually
to
have more
an
tangible
opportunity to make
control
content
over
for an
my
audience that
life
wants
and
that
my
content. They
future
want it,
and
they want to
shit.
watch it, they want to
Not this
digest it, and they
fucking
want to support
guy.
it. So that's awesome to know.
He's stuck. He's
but a
stuck
symptom
begging
of
for
that
tips
is asking
and
for
using
support,
it to gamble to
especially
feel good
particularly on a
about
day when
himself.
it's not
Like
forthcoming.
a
You know,
crackhead.
for
He
every
lives
day
like a
where
fucking
people are
crackhead.
ultra
You want to
supportive,
live like a
there's probably gonna
crackhead
be a
that's
day where
rich?
things are very slow.
No.
And the thing
Fuck
is,
that.
they tend to even
You
out.
never want to be
Yeah,
a rich
but some days,
crackhead, bro.
Nothing's happening. And
All
if I say,
right.
hey, guys, just a reminder, please support the stream.
Fuck
You can do a
outta
super chat,
here.
You can do a membership, a gifted membership, or a tip. Yeah, you might not like being advertised to. I don't either. I hate being advertised to. Annoying ads make me not want to buy the product. When I'm on watching TV and it's like a most obnoxious fucking ad possible, it's like, there's no chance in hell I'm ever buying this product. I don't know how they thought that ad was going to get me to sway me to buy their shit. They're a bunch of idiots, right? I think these marketing people today are really dumb. But it is a necessary evil of what kind of, living I make, what kind of content I make. And the truth is, there are people who come by every day who are curious about the content, who don't know what it is. They've heard a bunch of negative things about me, and they're here curious to hear about it for themselves. And, they don't know how to contribute. And so if I just casually mention it every once in a while, then maybe they will. Or maybe there's people who are watching and don't realize, oh man, Phil's having a slow day. Oh, well, now that I know that, I'll chip in. And then they do. Now I'll be honest. Yes, I think that it's obnoxious if I keep mentioning it over and over. Or if I have a day where I'm really frustrated, probably because I'm either exhausted or stressed out about stuff. And then I come on this stream and I say things like, oh, what a slow day, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's obnoxious. I agree with you. That's something that
then why do you do it? You continue to do it every day for fucking years, Phil.
I don't do it constantly. It doesn't matter what people say.
Do it every day.
I actually don't do it constantly, and I know for a fact because I've actually been tracking myself. I have. I've actually started tracking how often do I actually ask for support and how bad is it and things like that. And I can tell you this, today is way less than what it used to be. Basically, this all started around that time because you brought up Scorn. It started around that time of that playthrough when I kind of had a reality check, when I had YouTubers who were watching that clip and calling me out and saying, wow, Phil's a scumbag. And I was like, you know what? They're right. I completely agree with them. When I watch back myself during that stream, I cringe and say, that was awful. Why did I do that? It's emotions. It's being afraid. Because again, a day when I have a bad streaming day literally could mean
that
within a week or two, I have
Phil, just because you have emotions doesn't mean you can treat people the way you want to. Like, you have to be an adult, dog. Like,
but that's
not everyone deserves the eye or how you feel because you're having a bad time.
And I realize there are times when things are going bad. For example,
you do it every day too. You stupid
the whole debacle
asshole.
happened 2 months ago with all the fake memberships, and all of a sudden the channel is exploding with memberships, and everyone thinks everything's going great. It's literally the opposite. Like, I'm getting thousands of these memberships and getting
Wait, what
paid,
about
like,
what you did to King Be Cruel?
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Normally, I would be making all this income, and I'm actually losing tons of income, and it hasn't come back. This is just a matter of fact right now, is that this channel is way down on revenue because those memberships screwed everything up. They threw a big monkey wrench into the way that stuff works, and now so many people got the free memberships, no one paid for one for like 2 months. That is starting to come back now, and I'm grateful for that those of you who are coming back and becoming members legit and gifting legit memberships, thank you for that. But it's taking a couple months now to kind of bounce back from it, and that's awful because now I'm affected by it, And so I tell you that because people wonder, gee, how are you doing with memberships? And, blah, blah, blah. So I answered, it's like, oh, so you're asking for support? What?
Phil,
no,
shut the fuck up.
Telling you
Act like people. Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Phil's trying to act like the viewers are the ones that kick off him bitching about support, pretty much. Hey Phil, how you doing? How you feel? Oh, I'm broken. I need money, so I need you to give me monies, please. Like, he's acting like it's your fault why he has to sit here and beg for cash. Why he sits here and gets the itch to do it. Fuck this fucking asshole.
It's being given out every day on the stream. People had questions. I'm giving you answers. But somehow that just becomes the next, oh, you know, you're begging for support kind of a deal. You know what I'm saying? So it drives me nuts because it's like, once again, it's another situation. It doesn't matter what I do, it's still wrong. Correct? So if I never mention support ever and I literally go out of business because people don't support because I don't say anything about it.
You should go out of business. You went
obviously
bankrupt.
I did something wrong there because I was dumb. I went out of business.
Everybody else who went bankrupt pretty much goes out of business.
It's like, so where's the happy medium? And that's what we got to find. We're in the middle. Is it acceptable? And I agree. The scorn situation is the polar opposite of who I...
Bro, if you have to sit here and literally rationalize with everyone and yourself, like, where's the middle? Where is an acceptable level to ask for money? Then, bro, you're already fucking gone. You don't lost the plot. You fell into the sauce and got lost, bro. Okay? A rational human being, dog, shouldn't have to really sit here and every day ask for fucking money, Phil. You treat your viewers like a fucking ATM machine, like their mama and dada, and every time you fuck up, bro, all you have to do is cry, and mommy and daddy will give you a few bucks. Like, that's how you treat all this, dude. It's absurd. Phil, it's not just scorn. Dude, it's everything before scorn. The Vesicle, it's every single time. You done sat here, begged for money, and then sat here, bro, and twiddled your thumbs expecting money, guilt-tripping people for not giving you enough, and everything in between, Phil. Like, you're tripping, my guy. Fuck.
I want to be on the internet. I don't want to sit here and become Mr. Shill, Mr. Ask, Mr. Beg. I just want to have fun with you.
You already are.
Chill, hang out,
you're
enjoy
the king
games,
of the
and then,
bag,
hey, the support
dog.
will come. And that's always been my philosophy. If I'm enjoying what I'm doing on a stream.
Bro, he has sat here and said inflation isn't a good excuse to not give him money. Alright? He has straight up said that. I'm probably paraphrasing a little, but that's one of my first DSP videos I covered that I've made, bro. When he sat here and fucking chastised people for not giving him money and saying inflation is the reason why. Okay? This guy is a thorough piece of fucking shit and greedy to the core. He is fucking Mr. Krabs. If Mr. Krabs just started doing fucking meth on the show, dog. Alright? That's how far gone Phil is. He's not only just greedy, he's a fucking greedy addict, dog. That is so bad. Greed and addiction, it creates such a monster, hedonistic fucking monster, bro. That'll hurt anyone and everyone just to satisfy themselves for 5 minutes.
You're enjoying what I'm doing on the stream, and the content is that kind of reciprocal relationship, and we're all enjoying each other's company, then the support will just naturally come. And in general, it does. It's just those times when it doesn't that maybe you need a little nudge in the right direction and say, hey, remember,
you need a nudge in the right direction.
And a lot of people just don't like that. The real problem here, let's be actually transparent and honest now, is that everyone out there just misrepresents me. Like you just said in your suggestion, and by the way, thank you for this. This is actually a really good suggestion box topic. I'm glad we talked about it today. And thank you for tackling it with
another
nice,
day of suggestions and not taking responsibility for how garbage
so
you are.
Thank you so much. His name is Goki, I think. Thank you for this. This is a good one. The way I see it is because so many assholes out there always misrepresent me, people have, sadly, a very unfair notion of the fact that they think that all I do is sit here all day talking about income. Did I literally mention it once on today's stream until I started reading the suggestion box? Nope. Would I have mentioned it? Maybe. I probably would have mentioned it when we started with the React show, because during the React show, that's how that channel makes profit, is just memberships. That's it. There's no ad revenue to be had on the React channel because everything gets claimed, but the memberships are the reason why that channel is profitable for me. So yeah, during that show, I'll say, hey, just so you know, become a member today. You can suggest clips for next week's show. Maybe if you support the streams today with a super chat or a tip, that would be great, because that's how I make my living on this channel. That's what makes it profitable, right? And I'll do it a few times during the show, but I try not to make it so intrusive. Once we're reacting to stuff, I don't try to interact or interrupt my reactions with that shilling and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I think what it is I'm misrepresenting. people will take the few times in a giant stream, you know, I turn on the stream 10:45 a.m. I start talking around 11:15. That talk segment, which is the level 1 podcast, goes on to like 12:45. And then we have 3+ hours of gameplay or 3+ hours of reacting or whatever it is I do. They'll take 5-6 hours of a stream, and they'll take the 3 to 4 times that maybe I plugged, and they'll say, here's Phil's stream, and they'll just edit together. And they'll act like that was the whole stream. Like, what? This is the same thing they used to do with This Is How You Don't Play. Take the awful clips out of the playthrough.
Bruh, hell no.
Playthrough, but make a...
These are lies. He's slandering us right now. This is straight up slander. Phil, what about the restreamers, bro? I know you ain't gonna mention the restreamers because it doesn't fit your fucking narrative. Yeah, I make videos and I pick and choose little sections of shit he says, you know, and I make my video around that. Alright, but that still isn't like taking Phil out of context. You know, especially when I'm narrating, giving commentary, and like telling you guys, yeah, this is da-da-da-da-da, you know? And then the restreams, bro, we're sitting here fucking hour to hour, watching this guy say all this stupid shit while we're sitting here fucking, you know, critiquing it. Like, come on. Phil can't save it. Oh, God, these are just fairy tales.
A 1 hour
bro.
Montage of the times when I
Straight
failed.
up
Oh, that was Phil's playthrough. Well, it wasn't. That was 1/20th of the playthrough. You've ignored 90% of the playthrough to push a narrative. And that's how people represent me on the internet, and it makes me look far worse than what reality really is. Are there times when, yes, absolutely, I go too far with it? Yes, absolutely there are. And you guys absolutely have the right to call me out on that and say, stop. You're being overbearing. You're being annoying. You know, we get it. We want to support you. We will if we can. Stop fucking asking. And that's fine if you do that. I appreciate those who are honest with me about that kind of stuff. But the truth is, when someone says something to me here, let's just listen to this. It doesn't turn into this long, drawn-out 10 to 30-minute segment about how giving you money. What are you talking about?
You do.
No, really, what are you talking about? A 10 to 30-minute segment about giving me money. You really think that happens?
I keep I track
I
the
will stop
time.
my content. Like, I'll stop playing a game.
Bro.
Oh, man, this is a great game. But by the way, guys, we have to stop playing for 30 minutes to talk about income. What? It's never happened. Like, literally, in my entire streaming history, that's never happened. Even that scorn moment you're talking about, that didn't happen. Right? So, that's what drives me nuts. You literally have cited an example that doesn't happen, but you probably do think it happens. Why? Because you watch the fucking detractor content. All right? Here's the honest response that I will give to anyone who has a suggestion that's like, man, there's this one thing about you that I really don't like. I like that you beg too much, right? Stop watching detractor content. Because if you were actually here watching the real content, you would understand that what they say is false. It is a false narrative to push an agenda where they will get clickbait and views. It has nothing to do with reality. Most people who are on my streams on a daily basis never complain that I'm asking too much for anything.
Because we're LARPers, bro.
It's not.
They're pretending like they like you.
Of
Phil?
you know, matter-of-fact stuff. But that's the thing. You watch it out of context. You watch it on a channel that only highlights that toxic shit. And that's what you're going to see. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, that's the thing. Like, what I'm saying now, right? They absolutely, positively will not ever take what I'm saying right now verbatim. Because it's true.
Phil,
instead,
I am
they'll
on
take
the
a few clips
restream.
about my response to this.
What about the restream, Phil?
About people saying he's an e-beggar. And then they'll take
You
clips
are.
and here it is. I'm butthurt about it. That's what I mean. That's what they do.
You're being
I don't know
a
how you can't
fucking
figure that
little
out yet. I mean, that's their
asshole
shtick
about
for the
it.
last 10 years. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate the feedback. I agree with you. I don't want to be someone who's just about income. I think that's terrible, okay? I try not to harp on it. Every once in a while, if there's a reason to bring it up. Like, yes, when the fake gifted memberships were happening, I needed to let you know because thousands were coming out and people were like, what the hell's going on to the channel? You know, I had to explain it. I had to explain why there's no more pop-ups for it, why I'm not doing shout-outs for the fake ones, why I'm trying to ban these people as it happens so it doesn't affect the streams in a big negative way. I mean, people were even saying, this sucks, we can't even chat. When they give these fake memberships, the whole chat's flooded for like 10 minutes. This is terrible, right? So, that being said, I understand what you're saying, but please get the fact that what you're saying, 10 to 30-minute segments about income don't happen unless I get a question like this and we're just addressing the suggestion box. That's it. We don't have giant segments where, well, I'm just going to stop making content today until people contribute. Here, I'm going to turn the webcam off until someone sends me a nice, fresh 20.
You've done that.
When $20 rolls in,
Bro, fuck that shit. I'll call him out right now for this shit. This motherfucker. Woo! This guy, dude. We have seen him. We have seen it with our own eyes, okay? The latest example is when Phil was sick. Remember when Phil was sick? Phil, for like 2 days, bro, left the stream up. He had the stream scheduled, then the stream would start, and everybody would just be in the chat like, what's up? Phil's leaving the chat on. Bro, me, detractors, or anybody with common sense would sit here and just like cancel the stream, scrub them all, delete them, right? But Phil would leave the shit up. Like, dude, you could tell he did it in the hopes that people would sit here and give him tips. And people would. People would sit here and give him a super chat. Hope you feel better, Phil. Oh, this sucks, Phil. Well, hope, here's $1 or $2. You know what I mean? Like, this guy has multiple times, dude, has just left the stream up with nothing happen for hours on fucking end, dude. As if he's just waiting for someone to just give him money for not even being there. So this is factually a lie, okay?
Camera back on and we'll continue making content. I don't do that. I swear you people act like I do sometimes. I don't do anything
He
like that.
has!
He has, I'm about making the content and enjoying it with you. That's it. I don't have this fucking demands. Like, I have my content on ransom, right? You better listen. If you...
Bro, he used a detractor meme, again, showing you that he watches our shit behind the scenes all drunk. It's not like I hold the content on ransom, heck. That's his nervous laugh. Like, bro, he does, and he knows he does. Oh, yeah, you guys don't come and support and come and talk and huff and rough. I'm not gonna play this game anymore. What's the use of me playing a game if people won't come out, won't support the streams, won't... I won't play it anymore. I don't know, guys. You know how many fucking games I've seen this guy hold, like, at ransom, dude? Like a fucking bank robber. This fucking guy's insane.
You don't contribute in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to punch through this piece of artwork. I'm going to smash this on my knee, and the whole setup will be fucked up forever because you didn't contribute. Do I do that stuff?
Yeah. He does that.
I don't,
This dude's funny.
Anyway, it's a misconception. It is. It's a misconception. Don't watch detractor content. I mean, literally, most of this the responses I can say to people in these is just don't watch detractor content. Just be here for the streams and ignore the white noise, and you'll like it. If you would just watch my stuff, you'd like it. But you don't. You watch the detractor content as a supplement.
You won't
and
like
you come
his
here and
shit.
complain
His shit sucks.
when it doesn't happen. That stuff's not happening.
You'll really like my stuff
Okay.
if you watch it. Nah, hell no.
Oh, my stupid nose is bothering me now. Because now this room is incredibly stuffy because of the heat. And
I'm about to beat this motherfucker finally.
Shorten the podcast. Your recent podcasts are nothing but scheduled talk about support and Q&A. Here we go again. There is no 30-minute segment about support. You're wrong.
Holy fuck. Sorry, dude. I'm like paying attention to Phil, trying to beat this fucking boss. This was hard. That was hard. I'm playing this game on hard, and yeah, that was kind of hard, bro.
Oh, stop saying that.
It took me like 3 tries.
If you don't have any topics for the podcast, why try to artificially extend it? Get right to gameplay. You complain games are too long and you don't have any time to play them. I think shortening the podcast will help alleviate this issue. Never said I don't have time to play them. I have said that they're too long. I never said I don't have time to play games. I don't know what you're talking about there. I know you'll say, we'll just come back to when the podcast... Wait, we'll come back when the podcast is over. Ask yourself, why should someone do that? Because there's a podcast scheduled for the morning, and if you don't want to watch the podcast, you come to the stream after it's over. That's like saying, man, I really want to watch the nightly news that starts at 9 p.m., But god damn it, there's an hour of sitcoms that happen from 8 to 9. Why can't they just cancel all the sitcoms and start the news at 8?
No, Phil, that is not a fucking equivalency. That's a false equivalency, my guy. What the fuck? The night, like, bro, people want to watch those fucking sitcoms. They're entertaining. They're like, bro, ain't nobody bitching, right? That they have to watch Family Guy and The Simpsons before they have to watch the fucking 9 o'clock news on a Sunday, Phil. Ain't nobody saying that. If anything, people get pissed when their programs get cut off for the news, Phil. Like, damn, the football game got cut off. For the fucking, you know? Like, get the fuck out of here, Phil. People like their fucking sitcoms. Like, this is such a stupid fucking metaphor he's trying to use.
Because that's the fucking broadcast schedule, stupid. You come to, when you want to see something live, you attend when it starts. My gameplay starts traditionally around 12:45
like,
p.m. Pacific time. You know there's 3 hours of gameplay around 1 p.m. Why would you come for the scheduled podcast at 11:15?
Phil, that's like going to the movies, bro. And just literally going, I'm not gonna watch the trailers. Fuck this. Fuck this. Let's go exactly when the trailer's in. Bro, people like watching movie trailers. They're at the movies. They go to the movies for the movie experience, bro. And the same thing is for streaming. Like, the streamer is literally the streaming experience. Like, people are here not only because I'm watching you, Phil. It's because some people fuck with my vibe and whatever the fuck I'm doing here. That involves you, dog. And whatever the fuck else they fuck with, dude. People fuck with me because they kind of relate to me and whatever the fuck I'm putting out there. And it's the same thing for you and every other streamer, Phil. It really is, dude. Like, people watch video streamers like, for what the fucker that's making the shit puts out. Like, when I go to the movies, Phil, I'm going to the movies because going to the movie theater, dog, is a different experience from, like, watching shit at home, dog. Okay? And you need to stop trying to separate yourself from the reason why your shit sucks, but while also trying to fucking flex that people like you because of the things that you put out. Like, it's a double fucking conundrum, dude. Like, how do people not like you in the things you do, but they like you in the things you do, and vice versa? It's weird. It's weird how you try to put all these fucking little examples out. They don't make sense, bro.
And complain that there's a podcast.
People are here to see you,
Don't attend
Phil.
the podcast. Like, oh my God.
Like, when you include an hour and a half, 2 hour, bro, little shit show, and you attach it to you, the streamer, the thing that people are fucking here for, Phil, it makes the whole experience of watching a particular streamer fucking hard or annoying or fucking strenuous and shit, and it makes certain people either not want to watch you, right? Or they want to just skip that. You're just going to get low views on a certain thing you're doing. Like, this is how the game goes. Fuck. This is how it is. But he always tries to not take
what is going on with people?
For him. For the shit he does.
There you go. Dentronic says, like ordering breakfast after the kitchen moved on to lunch. No, you know, it's the opposite of that. You show up at breakfast and you're yelling at the kitchen, why aren't you putting out dinner? It's breakfast, stupid. You're early. You can come back when dinner is served.
Bro. And average people know to do that, Phil. Because a restaurant is professional. A restaurant makes sure that the customer knows we do not serve fucking like dinner between these hours, bro. Restaurants, like professional restaurants like the ones I work in, they are closed all fucking day until 4 p.m. till dinner time, because we do dinner service and shit like that, right? Like, sushi restaurants do that. They'll be open for lunch and then they'll close, right? From noon to 4. They'll be open from, like, let's say 9 to noon. Then they'll close from noon to 4, bro. And then they'll be open from like 4 to fucking 9 or 10. Like, people, like, I don't know. When you know what your customer wants, bro, you sit here and make it known. But Phil, you sit here, you're late, you're early, you're everything in between, Phil. Mostly fucking late. And you fucking set up your streams to start just for people to sit there, dog. And then you do everything whenever the fuck you kind of want to do it. When are people supposed to know when the podcast, like, the podcast really starts and officially fucking ends? When you don't even adhere to your own schedule. You know? Like, he sits here and he wants to be treated like a professional, but he doesn't, on any fucking angle, commit to being a fucking professional. Like, yeah, he'll make a artistic schedule and he'll stick to it for the most part, but it's like everything below that. Like, he never starts on time. He starts these streams and they don't start on time. And then they could go on for whatever fuck he feels like until he feels like starting. And then he wants you to suffer through the podcast. And it's, you know, all this shit, dude. But it's all him. The point is, it's all fucking him and his fault. And he's always fucking figuring out a way to be like, hey, it ain't me, it's you. Maybe you should wait for the podcast then. It's like, no. You're the one that takes yourself so seriously. You set schedules and all this gay shit, bro. And you have people telling you like, yo, cut this shit in half or stop doing it. And you're like, no, it's your fault. It's your fault that you're here for breakfast, bro. And it's like, bro, you don't even post the hours from when breakfast fucking really starts and when it really ends. No one really knows when to come in here, Phil, for actual gameplay. Because all you do is fucking ramble and talk. Like,
don't demand that the business completely change the way it operates because you can't adhere to a schedule. Like, what are you talking about? Good Lord. All right? Engage with chat more. You don't really talk with chat during gameplay unless it's to moderate, tell chat to stop going off topic, or to read a super chat. You say it's a chill environment, but you yell at people when they don't talk about your gameplay. Maybe if you chat with people who go off topic, it can lead to interesting and meaningful conversations. Before I continue with that, I do try to engage with my chat. The problem is what you're addressing. Again, you can tell this person just watches detractor content and doesn't watch my content.
Oh my God, bro.
The detractors will highlight the moments when I get upset if someone...
Bro, you watch detractor content. It's like, what's your point? You watch our content too, Phil? Like, so you're allowed to watch detractor content. No one else is. How is someone supposed to know what's detractor content and what's not? You watch it too, Phil.
Chat and say, oh, see, this is all Phil did on stream today. When in reality, that was 1/40th of what happened on the stream. It was one moment. No, what I find is if I'm playing a game and the chat disengages from it, right? Like this has happened with a couple Final Fantasy streams. I'm doing the open world content and then people just start talking about other topics, right? I don't care if you talk about other topics, but understand if you're talking about shit that I don't know about, why are you doing that in my chat when you know the streamer is not interested? Like, let's talk about sports and baseball. I don't fucking know anything about sports and baseball, so why are you talking about it in my chat?
Bro, you literally held a whole marathon, Phil, where you're sitting here trying to, oh yeah, it's a Super Bowl stream. It's the football's game stream. So what is that, Phil? You're holding an event that tricks fucking people that like sports, bro. And they're probably subbing to you, giving you money, but every other time they're not like allowed to talk about sports. So it's like, what, Phil? Are you just tricking motherfuckers for every little thing they possibly like in the hopes they give you money? Or are you really trying to build a fucking community? What is it, Phil? Which one is it?
This is not ever
you
been
need
a
to
sports
choose,
stream,
bro.
So why are you derailing the chat? With
is
that?
this
You
all
know that's
fake,
not a topic I'm interested in.
or are
There's
you really trying to fucking have some
going
shit?
On right now. Someone who loves.
I know which one it is.
This is
I
not
do.
one of them. So why are you
what
derailing
do you
the chat?
think, Phil?
You see? Those are the things that go crazy. If you're talking about something I understand or whatever, or you want to ask my opinion and you tag me in the chat, I always talk about that. Hell, I mean, half the time I'm playing the Yakuza games, the discussions we're having is completely off topic from what's going on in the game. So again, stop watching detractor content. Okay? All right, ready? Reduce the wait period to chat.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Watch Chill Murray's content. I ain't plugging nobody else. Watch the Tractor content, but above all, yo, watch your boy, okay? Your boy is a fucking vibe out here. I'm fucking slept on.
Hours.
Watch
wait
your
to
boy
chat is
shit.
absurd. There's streamers that have as many trolls as you do, and maybe more, and they don't do this because even they know this is an insane wait period. This is
watch everyone else,
any chance
but
you have
watch Chill Murray,
newcomers.
okay?
If the trolling is as bad as you say it is, get more moderators.
They say
trust issues
watching Chill
Murray
Murray content makes you live 5 years longer, bro.
There's been more than one mod who's basically been like a catfish situation. Rogue mods happen. It shouldn't make you distrusting of people. If someone wants to help in moderation, make them a mod. Okay, so literally, here we go again. So what other streamers do is different from what you do. That automatically makes it better. Okay, what streamers are you talking about? Because you're saying people with more trolls than me. Well, who has more trolls than me? Wings of Redemption? I don't know. Who else has more trolls than me? Not many. You know,
a lot of
take
people
that from
do,
the
Phil.
mouth of Mike Klum himself.
A lot of people. When he
was doing the research for this documentary, he said to me, my God,
Bro,
at first I thought that you...
There are people right now, 007, you know our degenerate best friend, bro. Or at least mine. I'm not going to say we. Some of y'all don't like him, but that's my boy. Bro, he's an asshole piece of shit troll, okay? This guy, 007, he'll be hitting you up like with a new fucking kind of low-cal person that he found. Like, yo, he'll be like, yo, look at this guy. I made him cry. And then, like, you know, some of his boys will be on that target's ass, too. And it's like, Phil don't know, bro. Like, some of the best trolls I know be making some of these motherfuckers cry. They'll go into voice chats with the trolls like a dumbass, you know, and Wings. Not just Wings, you know, but, like, other trolls I know, too. They be looking for fucking, like, new targets and shit. And they'll be making them cry, bro. Like, almost making them go back to the fucking lobby and shit. Phil, honestly, does not get the trolling that he deserves. He really doesn't, bro. He does not. Like, think about it, bro. His trolls sit here and throw song contests. Who could make the silliest song about Phil? And then you have retards like me that just sit here and get high, play video games sometimes, and it's like, oh, bro, you see that dumbass thing Phil said? Hump for hump. You know what I mean? But let's keep it 100,000, bro. Dude, Phil has the easiest fucking time online. It's annoying. If I could be empathetic towards Phil, it's annoying for people to sit here and scrutinize every little thing you say and do, or every time you mispronounce a word. You know, there's like 10-30 people that's like, oh, did you see Phil said the word jam it. He said it all weird. It was clearly an accident. You know, I could be charitable. And it's like, dude, Phil gets the easiest fucking time of it. You know, including me. Like, he don't be getting half the shit that some people get. And he don't be getting what he deserves fully. He does not.
You're exaggerating, but
and
now
it
that
annoys
I've
me when
research,
he thinks he
absolutely
does.
have probably the
he
biggest
really
the
whippy boy of
and
the internet. Like, nah, bro.
He's been involved with other people. You guys
some
don't
people
know.
get
Other
it way
documentaries
worse than they deserve. That you should be getting.
People who are like massive lolcow shit on the internet, and he outright admitted mine's the worst. So I don't know who you're talking about. Who you think has more trolls than me? You're probably wrong. All right, but the fact is, they probably thrive on that shit. The reason they even have anyone showing up to their streams is because they don't moderate. So because of that, they don't have any content to offer. All they do is lolcow shit. So when the drama starts, that's when they profit. So let the trolls come into my chat and insult me and send super chats that are insulting me and do all this shit. You know, so I don't do that. I don't play that game. I don't. My content is valid. My content is positive. My content has meaning and merit to an audience that wants to see it. It's not the time that Phil turns on his stream, everyone just rip him a new asshole as a lolcow, and that's how he profits. So if you want to see the lolcow marathon shit, you can go watch other content creators who even are on a fucking podcast called that, and you can leave me the fuck alone. But it's hilarious. So, Reduce asking for support. Okay, Valid suggestion. When you actually get into the meat of it, claiming that I do 10 to 30-minute segments just asking for support, as if I just stop making content to talk about it and refuse to make content until someone supports my stream. False. You watch too much detractor content. Shorten the podcast. Just show up after the podcast is done. There's a schedule for a reason. Engage with chat more. I do stop watching detractor content. Reduce the wait period to chat. Stop watching lolcows and detractor content. So stop watching detractors. Stop watching detractors. Stop watching detractors. Oh, by the way, learn how to read a schedule. Thanks for the suggestions. That was a good one, huh? If you haven't noticed yet, okay, most of the problems that people seem to have
like if
with
Rich
me
was really a
actually
detractor,
aren't problems that they have
he
with
would have
me.
been on that being
It's
said.
problems that they have
my
based on watching detractor content.
Show,
like you watched out of context, negative, defamatory content about me.
Rich wants you to go on
seriously
his shit
molded to do that, to insult me, make me look bad. And then you come and
Rich
complain
ain't one of us.
without actually having watched the real
He's
me to know that it's not valid
YouTuber,
stuff.
bro.
That's a you problem, not a me problem. And I hate to say it, more and more over these years, I'm seeing really this is the problem.
Doesn't do shit.
It's people just don't want to take 5 seconds to fucking see who the real person is or what the real content is.
Just talking about
they just want to laugh along with the meme, and it makes you fucking stupid. I'm sorry, it does. There's just so many really frustrating people on the internet who just don't take 5 seconds
the most
to think for
richest
themselves.
ego
They just follow
ever
that shit mentality of everyone hates this guy, so it must all be
and I'm pretty
true.
sure,
I'm not saying I'm perfect, and I'm certainly not saying that I'm
Rich,
flawless, and I'm certainly
he's
not saying that I
Gundam,
haven't done stupid shit over the years. I have.
Like a
it's
guest
right for you to call me out on it when it happens.
That people respect.
This is supposed to be the suggestion box, and literally all the stuff you just suggested is stuff that doesn't happen.
He's rich.
I don't know what else to say.
Making fun of other
stop watching the shit that makes you feel that way.
People gave him too much juice, and it fucking made his head big, bro. See, and that's what's fucking. I have to blow my nose. We're gonna do another suggestion, and then we'll do shout outs. You know, so people get too much juice, bro, that they really shouldn't have, and they get all weird. They get weird, you know. They really think they're perfect, or they're above making mistakes that Phil can make and shit like that, bro. Like, some people get weird. They get too much validation from, like, people like me and you guys and all that shit, bro. And they end up getting kind of weird once in a while. It happened to me, too, you know. I'd be a hypocrite to say, like, oh, yeah.
Well, this one's from O.P. Boone. He's had some really good suggestions. Let's see what he has in this one. In regards to recent discussion about stepping back from gaming content and expanding to more podcast-style content, expanding more into gaming news is a better move for you than politics. There's a significant overlap in audience between gaming playthroughs and gaming news, making it likely that your existing viewers would be interested in the content.
But it depends on how mentally ill you are, right?
Videos,
so someone like
one major
Phil,
news story
the
per
juice
video,
just gets
separate from the podcast. This makes insights on gaming
broken.
events more accessible to a wider audience rather than being buried with legendary or lengthy podcasts. Your DSP throwback editors could shift their focus to this project after completing the Red Dead and Final Fantasy XIII remaster projects. Considering the success of your retro reacts compared to the remaster projects, their efforts would be more beneficial in highlighting DSP news clips, which have the potential to garner thousands of views, rather than remastering decade-old footage that receives only a few hundred views. For example, you can highlight the recent Xbox announcements discussed in the Level 1 podcast, episode 254, perhaps incorporating snippets from previous episodes.
See, this is how you're wrong, though.
On social media.
This additional
content would find a natural home here on DSP Gaming, though it's possible those videos might get buried under the high volume of daily Let's Plays. You consider establishing DSP News as its own separate channel, alongside DSP Reacts and DSP Throwback.
These are good suggestions. No bullshit, bro.
If you end up going this route, as I mentioned in the earlier suggestion, if the gaming news segment gains traction, then you can consider branching out to cover related topics like movies and TV shows in separate news videos, broadening your content appeal even further. I previously suggested using YouTube's live stream clipping feature for DSP news segments. Now with the team of editors, the idea seems more viable than ever. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Because here's the thing, like, technically, the news that I cover, all right, is the news that I'm interested in. There's, don't get me wrong, there's usually almost
news
always
that you can find on Twitter, Phil.
The problem is that a lot of it is just
while you're
unrelated
drunk
to anything that I have
and before you wake up and you sober up, so
you know, if there's a bunch of stuff that's PC centric, I probably don't care about.
It's news he finds on Twitter before he goes to bed drunk,
drama topics that I'm not involved in, like this whole sweet baby ink thing.
So
I think it's the dumbest
all
fucking thing possible.
You know,
I think it's people
popular
on both sides being
headlines
stupid.
and shit.
And it's like,
it's
do I really want to cover that
really
as news? Because I really don't feel like it
matters to gamers in the grand
honestly.
Scheme of the universe.
But you know, I don't know. Like I always tend to like hone in on the topics that I like. Right. The thing is, what I want you guys to understand is, when I say I have editors working on stuff for me, that's very much true. But when I say that, these are not, how can I say? It's not like I have a crack team of full-time employed people who are editing content. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I have very much is a grassroots group of people who like me and like the content.
So they're dumbass fucking retards, bro, that have fallen for the pignosis and you're gaslighting, bro. And they think that somehow they're gonna pop off or get recognition and some kind of fucking level of relevancy for working with you. You're, like, that's how Phil kind of operates. He thinks to a degree that working with him is a privilege for you. The payment is the privilege for working with someone that is a professional YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? That's how Arkham probably fell for his trap, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this guy, he knows he has hundreds and thousands of subs, and he makes money, and yeah, bro. And no, you're never gonna get recognition, okay? You're never gonna get recognition. You're never really gonna get the money you actually should be paid. All at Humphrey, bro. If anything, the thing you get that you deserve is a bunch of us, all of us, kind of clowning you for after when Phil, you know, he throws you in the garbage. That's the only thing you get. That's the reward you get. You get called a fucking retard by me and other people. You know, you're called a dumbass, and people harass you with questions. And that usually happens when Phil throws you away. You know, because that's what's going to happen at some point. The channel ain't going to be doing shit. All at Humphrey, and then Phil's just going to let them go. And they ain't never got recognized. They ain't never got clout. Nothing. They didn't get the shit they think they probably get. Alright? And that's why Phil's able to get these people to work for them. He's able to get kind of the I won't say dumb, I'll say altruistic, bro. That's a better word. He just gets the most naive, altruistic fucking people, dog, to sit here and do fucking work for him. And you ain't gonna get shit that you deserve, but ridicule, you know? So don't work for Phil. Don't give him nothing. Like, come on. You gonna get nothing.
And they want to help. So they make some thumbnails, right? Or in the case of the DSP Throwback channel, that's an idea.
Sorry, Arkham, I'm
that
not
has been
trying to
kicked
sound
around
like me.
For a couple of years, and the offer
you know,
was
a
already
bunch of
made
people
to me
have
for
done
a couple of years.
shit
Hey,
for
if
Phil.
you ever would want to do something
They
with
hang
a channel
out
like
with
that,
me, you know,
I'm
they're
willing
part
to work on this
of
for
our
you, to edit the
community.
videos together to upscale.
But that's
to
why I
make
say that's your kind of
lost
reward,
playthroughs
you know?
available for posterity purposes.
Like,
and so I kind of
you're gonna
said,
be caught up
not
into
yet. And
the
then I decided
lineup
this year
of
would be the
people
year. Let's
that
start it
get
off fresh in
ridiculed
January.
and
Let's
called
get a
a
new project
dumbass
going and stuff.
occasionally.
And then, of course,
because
thanks
like,
to your
yeah, you
feedback,
fell
I had
for
the idea
Phil's
for Retro
trap.
React, and that's working
And you
well
shouldn't
on the
be
channel.
held to account
So
for
now we
that
have that good
forever,
variety
right?
of content
But
on that channel. But what you have to understand, it's
that's
not
why he
like,
tells you not
these
to watch
people
your
are
tractor content.
essentially doing it for the love of doing
He
it.
doesn't want
Like,
you
they
to
love
realize how
work.
you're being fucked over and
For me to say, so I
J-worded
like
by
the fact
him.
that you helped me out so much over
And
here.
all that
Thanks so much.
shit.
But by the way, just stop doing that. Now I want you to redirect your efforts to do something completely and utterly different. I feel like they'd be a little bit ungrateful, no? Like, the reason that the people are doing it is because they like it. You know? I like making thumbnails. I like doing this editing work. The editing work is appealing to me. It's fun. I'm gaining experience.
Then do it for yourself. Do what Chill Murray did. And do it for your fucking self. Make your own channel, bro. And make it about things you're passionate about. Like, I'm passionate about low-cal content, as cringe and retarded as that sounds, right? I use DSP to learn how to edit videos, to be a better editor, and to be a better entertainer and shit like that. And you can do it too. It doesn't have to be just DSP, right? It could be anything you fucking want, bro. You don't have to work for a loser like Phil to learn how to edit, to be a better editor. Like, you know, like Arkham could tell you, ain't none of us made him do a single thing, right? And if I did, I would pay him fairly, but all we did is try to direct him. It's like, hey, like you work for Phil, you have a passion for editing, this is how you do it, bro. We gave him instructions on how to make his own shit, how to forge his own fucking path if he wants to, bro. But Phil, he's just, yeah, you know, these are people that just want to be attached to me. Like, no, dog, okay? Tevin, me, there's a bunch of detractors in our own way or another. You know, we try to slowly forge our own path away from Phil. That should be the goal. You know, build your own community, and at some point, you know, when the time's right, slowly kind of separate from Phil a little bit, bro. You know, like, we all have a passion for keeping Phil accountable, making content about him, but the goal should be, like, minimizing it at some point. Tevin's did it. You know, there's people like, Ann has done it. There's a bunch of people, I can't think of them off rip, but they have sat here, the OGs, bro, making shit about Phil for years, and then they're like, alright, they do their own thing. They take whatever community they built, and they take it with them. And they're able to jump in and out of Phil shit when they feel like it, right? And it's like they never fucking left. And eventually, the next step should be like, alright, I'm retiring. Like, I'm hanging up my 6-shooters. I'm done with Phil. I'll be here once in a while. Like Gundam, you know? Like, you should try to want to be like Gundam. Like, you know, you have your community. You can do whatever the fuck you do. And it's, oh yeah, Phil said something dumb. Here's my hour-long video. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone's different, and everyone's path is different. But everyone should be trying to separate from Phil. At some point, bro.
Learning how to do it.
If you're like 50, 40, and you're making fun of Phil.
All these things. Like, for example,
I don't know.
If you actually look at the videos on DSP Throwback,
just
the fact that the videos have gone through several levels.
Everybody
of editing.
should be
now,
trying
first
to
it was just put the videos
do
together.
something
And it was,
different.
now we're going to upscale. Now we're going to do audio
at
cleansing.
some point.
And it keeps improving. Like, the video quality actually keeps improving, getting better over time. Not that many people are noticing because the videos get, 100 views each. Over time, I'm sure that's going to grow.
That's my
opinion, for the initial
though.
uploads, they're not getting that much. But this is a thing. It's like,
I've seen
it's
Tevin
a project
do it.
that people are working on.
I've seen some of the greatest goats.
It's not something that you're expecting
separate
to sink
from
endless
Phil
hours into
to a
and
good
take ultra
degree.
seriously.
It has been better
getting
for their
experience
mental
out of it
health
while you're also
and the
helping
content
me out,
they
which is
make.
nice, right? I feel like I said, if you're gonna ask someone,
I'm gonna do it.
Hey,
shit.
what I'd like you to do is
There's gonna be a day where I'm like, bro, I'm
sit on
not
that
gonna watch
podcast that was a
Phil,
2-hour podcast
like,
and
today.
sift through and edit out 15-minute clips and topics and title them and make them separate videos and do this and do that. That's a job, right? Like, that's a job. That's literally a job.
This
and when
is
you say
your
people
job.
do it, you're right. They do it because they're giant YouTubers. You know, Asmongold probably has people.
Isn't
he pays
this
to
your
do
job?
That. I'm
Phil
sure,
likes to say this is his
Most
job
Critical has people
all the
he pays
time.
to do that because they're huge. If I was huge, I would also have employees to do that. In fact, back in the day when I was at the height of my popularity, I shit you not, that was my plan. I was actually going to hire like 3 people, and they were going to handle the day-to-day bullshit.
What about
that I hated
respect
doing,
to Pat,
like uploading, babysitting videos,
the guys that helped him edit
making
fucking
thumbnails.
Project
I was actually
7?
going to employ people. When I made tons of money back in the day, that was my idea. And then the priority for me became to move first because I didn't want to be stuck in Connecticut forever. Because imagine if I employed 3 people in Connecticut to do this, but I want to move. And then I eventually decide to move, and now 3 people are out of a job because they can't do it from across the country, right? So my idea was to move first and then basically expand upon that. If I was staying at the level of popularity I was at, hire editors, hire people to do that. And then what happened was I moved, and immediately the internet turned against me. Like, as soon as I came out here, it was like day 1 that I moved to Washington, was when all those negativity feelings came towards me. Everyone just turned me into a joke. Everyone just kind of just crapped on me. Within a year, my channel had been hit with so many copyright strikes that's when my channel law had to be removed from the YouTube algorithm and shit like that. And we're not going to sit here and talk about that endlessly, but that's just what happened. And it was like, well, that's it. That's the income is gone. The income that I was once making when I was at my big YouTube popularity was gone, and the possibility of me hiring people as employees disappeared because I was up to my eyeballs in debt from the move. My income was halved. It's like, well, now I'm screwed. All those ideas are gone, you know? So I understand where OP Boone's coming from. I totally feel like, yeah, that could have happened, right? Like, this is something that definitely I could have had editors who I employ as full-time employees, and they come in and they do this work for me every day, and it definitely would have been awesome to do that, because that's what the top people are doing. We know that, right? The problem is that's not reality for me. The reality is I'm a one-man crew who works all day long, and I get exhausted with the amount of work I'm already putting in. I can't do that extra work. Do I have people who are volunteers who have stepped up and said, yes, we'd like to make content for you and help you with this stuff?
I am a one-man crew, Phil.
They're basically doing the stuff that they're interested in doing.
Get the fuck out of here. You got people
for me to
working
now say,
for
oh, by the way, that throwback channel thing didn't work.
For free.
So fuck all that work. Let's throw that away. Instead, let's edit some 15-minute clips out of my podcast every day and hope that that takes off. Like, it's kind of the same thing. Didn't you notice? For like a year, okay, we did YouTube Shorts. Did you notice that? It was from late 2022.
Oh, shit.
All the way through.
He's gonna retcon. Bro. Arkham, I don't know if you're here still or not, but this is your time to shine, baby boy. This is your time, my guy. Phil's about to sit here and, like, act like he ain't did shit for his YouTube Shorts. Like, you didn't edit almost all those motherfuckers for him, bro. He's gonna act like you didn't exist, okay? Oh, he's about to shit on your legacy. Oh, no, bro. I feel bad.
Throughout late 2023. Why did I do YouTube Shorts? Because people asked for them. I said, oh, why don't you do Shorts? Shorts are so popular.
And Arkham did all those Shorts
and they
for
boost them and all of that. And there were a lot of Shorts. You know, we did them for all the fall games.
Arkham did all of them.
My Oblivion playthrough in 2023. We tried to highlight epic moments of each of the big games that I was playing and stuff like that. You want to know what impact it had on the channel? 0. Because number one, none of those views end up being...
And that's why Phil is so okay with trashing Arkham and throwing him in the trash. As soon as Arkham asked for $5, and you remember how King Be Cruel got done? He did that to Arkham last year, bruh. Alright, and Arkham's like he was 14 at the time. Now he's 15. But Phil sat here and fucking drug him in front of everybody and embarrassed the shit out of him, dude. And he's doing it again. All that work, Arkham, you know what it did for me? Gagots! It did gagots for me, motherfucker. And this is how you're gonna be treated. You give Phil money, you do anything for this narcissistic fucking little asshole. Dude, you're just a fucking piece of tissue, alright? And as soon as there's no more tissue to wipe his ass with, he's gonna throw you in the fucking toilet. Alright? And every fucking DSP guy should know this now. Sooner than later, bro. He's gonna sit here and fuck you over, alright? He's gonna sit here and demonize you, and he's still doing it to Arkham. All that hard work Arkham put in, editing his gay fucking shorts, guess what it did for me? Nothing. It did nothing for me, bro. It did nothing. 0. Not one person probably subbed or liked or commented that probably liked me. Which probably did happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, people hate Phil. We all hate Phil. But, bro, that is so dirty. Because someone probably did sub to Phil. Right? Or like him. Or try to check him out from those YouTube shorts. It'd be a lie to say that didn't happen, you know?
Monetized, even though they claim they are. No exaggeration. If you get like 100,000 views on a short, you get like a penny. So out of all the shorts I put together, I probably made 25 cents. Okay? Now, I didn't make all those shorts. I made a few of them, but most of those were made by fans who wanted to help the channel.
Arkham did all those.
That was a lot of work and effort that went into making those shorts. And they didn't do shit. You know, they got a few thousand views each. No one really watched. that's the thing with YouTube Shorts that people don't understand. Just like TikTok. People who watch TikTok clips and people who watch YouTube Shorts don't say, oh, look, that's a good clip. Let me go check out the channel. They just sit there in the feed. Clip, 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 clip. It doesn't bring attention to your content.
Yeah, it does, Phil, if your content's actually
good. That's why they're so short. They're supposed to be quick, digestible clips. You're not seeking out extended engagement with that content. You just want the 20 seconds, and you're on to the next variety clip. They don't serve a purpose to a YouTube channel. So all the work for the whole year that was put into Shorts did nothing. Literally did absolutely nothing, right? So I understand the suggestion. Make the clips of the show, 15-minute segment that just talks about game news. And maybe that video would get traction. But do I expect that anyone is going to watch a 15-minute news clip and then immediately come to my channel of DSP Gaming to watch more content? No. You know what they're going to look for? The next news clip. That's it. So unless we have an ongoing series of news clips that people will watch in succession, it's never going to do anything. So maybe in this regard, this suggestion is better than the whole Shorts thing. Because I do think the Shorts was a waste of time. I think YouTube Shorts are fucking terrible. And they're just trying to copy TikTok and they serve no purpose. And YouTube is so off base with them, they're idiotic. But, you know, the whole clipping thing, having a segment about a certain topic that's edited out of a podcast probably would work. But again, for that to work, you'd have to have someone who's dedicated to do it. You know, I would think more of like, you know, you have to have someone you're going to pay to do it. I can't pay anyone to do it. If I'm in a situation where if I have a slow streaming day, okay?
This is a lie. He said that he's paying editors. He has a team of editors. And bro, when he got pushed about it, it was probably last month. He said that he's paying them. He pays people to do all this shit, bro. Okay.
And I don't make, you know, a good amount of revenue on a certain day.
We know he doesn't pay people.
And if I have a few of those in a week, and now I'm worried how I'm going to pay bills, how exactly am I supposed to pay an employee to sit here and clip stuff out of my stream?
He doesn't pay people to edit or do
it's just not going to happen. And I think that's the thing. When you look at other YouTubers who are successful,
he just wants you to expect that you're going to pop off by being
None of them are the stature of me. These are not people who have 300 viewers on a stream, 300 viewers on a video. These are people who already are bringing in thousands and thousands and thousands of views and hours of engagement and interactions on any piece of content. They have the attention. Then that warrants them sinking in the money and the time to do the kind of projects that they work on. I'm not them. I feel like, again, that's what Asmongold does. Asmon fucking Gold is like 1,000 times bigger than me. The dude brings in like 30,000 viewers on a stream. I bring in 300. That's literally 1,000 less, isn't it? No, that's 100 less. Okay, he's 100 times bigger than me. He's not 1,000 times bigger. He's 100 times bigger than me. That's why he does that. You know, like these comparisons are wild because people are comparing.
Nah,
you know,
Phil's losing the fucking point. Phil, you were just as big as Asmongold. He was just as big as PewDiePie. He was just as big as Asmongold. He's made just as much fucking money. And what did they do, Phil? Where are they and where are you? Okay, there's no excuse, Phil. I'm a little guy. No, fuck you, Phil. You're not a little guy. I'm a little guy, Phil. Alright? You sat here, started YouTube shits. You done made millions of dollars. You done had hundreds and thousands, if not almost millions of fucking people sub to you. You were on the fucking the search homepage of YouTube. All that good shit that Asmongold gets. You've gotten what he gets. You've gotten what Ninja gets. You've gotten what all the big guys get, bro. It's just you fell off. Just because you fell the fuck off, Phil, doesn't mean like, oh, I'm a little guy now. Like, no, you're a former big guy that's holding on to fucking former relevancy and trying to fucking not ever get a job. You fucking suck, Phil. You suck. All these other guys don't fucking suck, bro. It is what it is. But stop trying to act like, oh, I'm a little guy, as if you never were. You were on Machinima. Your shit was on Spike TV. Bro, fuck you, homie. Ain't nobody gonna see Cho Murray on TV. dog, or fucking probably partnered with a big fucking gaming outlet like you were, Phil. Stop pretending like you're Chill Murray, bro. You're Phil Burnell, and you are where you are because of the decisions you made, just like me, motherfucker. But the thing is, you're trying to cosplay like you're me. You're not. You are you. You done reached heights and scraped the clouds of gods, bro. Fuck you. You done made millions of dollars my black ass probably will never fucking ever see. Like, stop it. Oh, I'm just a little guy. Stop trying to compare me. No, fuck you. We compare you to these guys because that's who you were. Those were the heights you were at. And you done fell to where you are, Phil. And that's what makes your story fucking fascinating to a lot of people. You were just as big as Asmongold, Phil. You've had people fucking with your shit, leaving comments, stroking your fucking ego and your cock. Ain't none of us had, alright? Me and Duty and some of the detractors you like, we get fucking scrutinized more than you ever have. Bro, in your first few years of uploading content, we done got you all the shit you got, bro, Phil. Okay? Like, you're fucking lucky, you're blessed, and you're just a fucking greedy little fucking narcissistic asshole, dog. Like, fuck.
A grape to a watermelon. Really? Like,
you're not a little guy.
Yeah, I'm this little guy down here. I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. But, you know, you say, well, I don't understand why you don't do the same thing as this person who's insanely successful and huge and bigger than you. You just answered the question. Right? Anyway. All right, so OP Boone, I appreciate the suggestion. I don't think, sadly, I don't think that would work, only because, again, that's something that maybe if I could pay an employee to do it, it would work. I'm not going to have people stepping up to volunteer to do that kind of work, because it's a lot of work. They have to watch every podcast in full. They have to figure out what the segments are, edit them out, make them separate videos, put them up, promote them. You know, it's a lot of work for someone who's basically a volunteer. You know, the volunteer work on the DSP Throwback channel is already a huge, tremendous undertaking.
Don't volunteer.
We still have a lot of content there we have to make visible. For example, the whole LA Noire playthrough.
You're tripping,
right?
Okay?
The online gameplay of Red Dead 1 that became Suicide Kings. The Undead Nightmare playthrough. And there's all these forgotten vlogs and playthroughs that are still all for posterity purposes. We want to get those on the channel. That's the whole idea of the project to begin with. The idea of DSP Throwback is not, oh, let's make profit. The idea is we want lost videos to hit the internet for posterity. Now, the cool thing is we found a way with Retro React to have content that's appealing to the audience and make some profit. But that's not the whole purpose
every
of the channel.
fucking
I'm not going to tell people who are working on that channel, just drop that channel now because it didn't catch on and go do other work. That's not the point. You see? Okay. I hope all that makes sense. Now we got to get to shout-outs because now it's already 12:30. Guys, again, you understand when we do suggestion box, this is kind of why I'm apprehensive about doing it.
I love it.
Because you say the show's too long.
I love it, bro.
But then every time we do suggestion box, it's fucking 12:30 already, and I haven't even done shout-out yet.
It's full
see my
mask
point?
off DSP shit, and I love it. I love suggestion box.
Okay. Shout-outs. Let's do them. So, Babingo Mong, nice name, did a super chat and says, why would you skip for the most supported stream? Why would you skip for the most supported stream? Eh? I'm sorry, Babinga, I have no idea what you just said. Why would you skip for the most supported stream? That's not a sentence. I don't know what you mean by that, but thank you for the super chat. Sweets. 17 months as a member. Happy birthday, No Sleep Real Vibes. Oh, is it? Happy birthday, No Sleep Real Vibes. It's your birthday. I did not know that. Cheetah Man, 15 months as a member. Happy birthday to No Sleep Real Vibes. I guess it is it. Okay. And Pizza.
Bro, this DLC is pretty dope. I can't stop saying it. I like the little details. I like how they have Goku versus Chi-Chi in the 23rd tournament. It's pretty much when they got married, bro. This bitch Chi-Chi is fucking crazy. It reminds you that, like, like Goku is kind of in an abusive fucking shotgun relationship.
Box
bro.
Gaming 2 months as a
it's
member.
Like in a shotgun
Dragon's Dogma
marriage
2,
and shit, dog.
You're casting your vote for Dragon's Dogma 2 for the game I played Friday.
Motherfucker didn't even know what a bride is.
Says, I had no idea you were an Overwatch pro. Absolutely. You may not realize this, but in a former life, all I did was play Overwatch all day, every day. I was in several different leagues. And after I won my 3rd straight tournament
she jumped him. She jumped him with a fucking wedding ring.
I done everything there was to do with the game. And I moved on from there. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, but thanks for the super chat.
Bro, this is so faithful to the
things,
fucking, like,
see here.
anime and the manga. It's fucking crazy.
Anso Kamaru tipped $1.50. Says, I'm 30 hours into Rebirth. I've decided to start Unicorn Overlord. The game is incredibly complex. I'm in a good way and very well done. I'm not telling you to play it. I can tell this would be a game you'd love, but your audience would fall asleep from it. It's a shame. You can't always enjoy games you want. I know you seem to think that there's an overload of RPGs, but the actual RPG community is over the moon and eating so good these past few years. Is Unicorn Overlord like Final Fantasy Tactics? Because if so, I would absolutely love it. I love Final Fantasy Tactics, both the original PlayStation game and then the other one that they did, what was it, Advance? I love both games. It's a shame that if that is the case, that sadly I'm probably never going to play it because I would probably really, really enjoy it. It's like Ogre Battle. Oh, I don't know what that is. I've never played Ogre Battle. But that one I can't attest to. I don't know what that is. Ogre Battle.
Yep, your life is over when you get married.
Okay. Hold on 1 second here.
I used to be a party rock strip club fucking going to fucking guy.
It's like
bro.
Tactics plus Suikoden combined. Oh, that's an interesting premise.
Shit.
I love Suikoden as well. Let's see. So I received a $23 tip from 1 Minute Man.
1 Minute Man. What does he have to say? Fucking OIC. Bro, I'm so convinced that 1 Minute Man is OIC. I am. It has to be OIC at this point, bro.
Thank you very much, 1 Minute Man. Let's see what he has to say.
I don't think it could be anyone else at this point.
I'm sure it's going to be about Baldur's Gate. It can't possibly be about anything else, I'm sure. We know what he's going to talk about. Many players make an effort to save Corilla in the House of Hope. It was surprising that she was the first NPC you decided to fight. First, because you removed the possibility of her reconciling with her sister. Hold on. Second, she would have saved you from the priestess gut in the goblin camp when you were tied up in the cell. If you hadn't broken free of your own, there would have been a cutscene with Corilla taking out Gut, acting on Raphael's order no less. What a twist that those two NPCs who had your survival as a priority ended up as they did. You think someone like this would happen in real life? See, I think the reason that I didn't care about Corilla is very simply put because
Chi-Chi was bad as fucking Dragon Ball. And I forget that. Like, Chi-Chi was fucking bad. The bitch fucking knew how to fight. And it makes me forget that she actually trained Goten how to fight. Like she did while Goku was fucking dead for 7 years. This fucking bitch taught fucking Goten how to fight.
Because I didn't know who the hell fuck she was. Right?
I haven't watched Dragon Ball in so fucking long.
Until reading
the
books.
I forgot Chi-Chi was fucking fire,
the
bro.
House of Hope, which explained how Hope got controlled by Raphael.
The bitch had moves, dude.
And apparently that Corilla was right there for it, helping him to do it. So she seems like an evil bitch, right? From what we could see in the logs that were available to us. In my playthrough, that interaction you're talking about in the Goblin Camp in Act 1 never happened. I guess I was able to free myself, or however I got out. I don't remember. It's been so long. But since I never had met her before, I had no idea who she was. So I'm like, who cares? She must be a minion. Just kill her. And then after I killed her, people were like, oh, don't you know that was Hope's sister? And I'm like, no. How the fuck would I know that? Just because I read a couple logs? Like, I don't care. She's an enemy in a fight. She's done, you know? So, in this case, I feel like that is one of the things about Baldur's Gate 3, is that you can play it in different ways and experience it in different ways and have different situations. And in this situation, this is one, right, where I basically never encountered her before, so I'm not going to give a crap. But there very well could be people who have run into her and be like, oh, I recognize who that is now. Right? So now I want to save her and do my best to save her. And I didn't care because I don't know who the hell she is. But, I mean, that's cool, right? That's a cool part of the game, I think. That
Phil don't give a fuck about nobody in this
different experiences with it. Based on what they encounter and the choices they make.
Are we going to the next section of the game? That's all he cares about.
There you have it. Okay.
Are we closer to finishing
the Lucky Gremlin has gifted 5
Everyone
memberships to the community.
So
congratulations to Blackie Cat, Sogo Osaka, Dome Tweets, what a name, Des Head. And did the 5th one not go out? I only see the 4. I think only 4 went out for some reason. And that's really weird. The reason I say it's really weird is because most of the gifted memberships have finally expired. The fake ones, that is. So we're way, way down to almost the original number of members that we've had on this channel. So definitely there's enough valid people to gift those to. I think YouTube is having some issues. Here, I'm going to take a quick look. I'm just curious where we're at now with members because it's been so long since I even checked because, you know, the bullshit really killed this channel for a while. Oh, yeah.
Archive know, bro.
So the highest the channel had was over 3,000 members. We were like 3,074 or something like that. That's the peak that YouTube recorded. No, 3,075 is the peak that YouTube recorded, but that was when at the peak of them gifting out the fake ones. As of now, we apparently have around 800, but there's still
so people forget
like 200 to 300 fake members
Gohan,
from what I can see.
All right, dude, we're derailing, but I am playing Dragon Ball. Gohan always wanted to be a scholar on his own. Like Chi-Chi, she kind of gets a bad rep, bro. Like for being a hard ass and shit. But don't forget, it was Gohan's dream to sit here and be a fucking scholar and shit. Alright, if anything, Chi-Chi was just like an overbearing, supportive parent. But Gohan, that was his dream. Gohan didn't want to be a fighter, bro. He didn't want to be a warrior. He never wanted to be that. He always wanted to be like a fucking scholar, a school guy. You know? And Chi-Chi, she gets too much fucking flack for that.
Beast?
You know, Gohan doesn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight, bro.
And we're getting there. But, yeah, like, basically most of the fake gifted memberships are gone. And the fact that we had 3,075 members at one point, it basically means that there's enough to gift out. Like, there's no way that someone shouldn't get a membership. No, see, I don't hide anyone. Someone said, maybe you hid the person, the 5th person who got to get the membership. I don't hide anyone. I see Blackie Cat, Sogo Osaka, Dome Tweet.
They were never poor in Dragon Ball. Chi-Chi just never wanted to rely on her dad. Don't forget, her dad is the Ox King. And if you read original Dragon Ball, you know, the Ox King, he was really rich. You know, on Frying Pan Mountain and shit. You know, he was feared. He was feared across his region and shit. And he would fucking steal riches and jewels from people. But, bro, the Ox King is rich. Like, Goku is set up like Vegeta. Why do you think Goku, for all of Z, could never have a fucking job, but they always have somewhere to fucking live? And, you know, people that know Z but aren't purists like me, or, well, Goku's friends with Bulma. Bulma's rich. And it's like, yeah, no, Bulma don't be bumming Goku money like that. Like, literally, it's like a Jerry, like Jerry and Rick and Morty, or fucking Peter and Family Guy almost. Like, you know, Chi-Chi's rich fucking dad pays the fucking bills, dude. And then it's like in between Z, the end of Z, like after Goku kills Boo, and before, like, you know, Goku trains Oob, right? Like that 10-year time skip where Dragon Ball Super takes place, that's where it kind of gets revealed. You know, like, she makes Goku have to be a radish farmer and shit like that. But in between all that, fucking the Ox King was sitting here paying all the fucking bills, homie.
And Des Head. That's all I see. Who's the 5th one? I don't see the 5th one going to anybody. Can anyone see who the 5th one went to? It went to Nerve, N-E-R-V. No Sleep Real Lives is right here. It's No Sleep? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I can't see it. And he's here and I can see him chat. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Maybe I should just give up on trying to make YouTube work at this point.
Whatever, Phil.
Anyway, thank you to the Lucky Gremlin for the 5 gifted memberships. And now 672 just gifted a membership. Let's see who that one goes to. That one went to Casualties of Gaming. Congrats to Casualties of Gaming on the membership. I hope you enjoy it. And thank you, 672, for supporting the channel. Okay. I received
a $20
a $2.36 tip from Oakley. I'm currently playing God of War Valhalla DLC. It's a fun, challenging DLC. You feel you'll ever get around to playing it during downtime, or you're just not interested in it? I'm not interested in it. You know, those games, Odyssey, Valhalla, were already such insanely lengthy experiences.
Odyssey was dope, bro.
I had no desire to do DLC for it.
I don't care what anyone says. I feel like Odyssey was the last good.
And keep in mind, with Valhalla, I did the entire Norse
and
God side quest line as well,
tried to do
which a lot of
Odyssey
people didn't, but I did the whole thing.
Overdid it.
So my playthrough was even longer.
Then I don't like.
So yeah, that's why I never went back and played it.
I'm not a Viking history guy. Because in the streets and jail and shit, bro. People that like Viking shit, they're normally like kind of skinheads and shit. You
okay,
know?
guys, I
like
think we gotta adjourn because remember, I gotta set up for the react show.
Viking stuff. At least from the streets where I'm from.
Hope that you guys will join me over there.
I know it's not like a universal truth. It should be a good show. No
okay,
get on my ass. It's just the places I've been.
That's that. So if you're still here hanging out.
Like
stick around
like
a few seconds here or minutes.
Weird
white
pop
guys,
up on your
screen that says,
like
hey,
Nazis.
head over to the react show, give a click, and it'll just send you over there. If you're watching on demand,
so I never really
enjoyed the show today.
Viking
Remember the
shit.
feedback I need. What
weird.
game do you want to see Friday? And what kind of stuff should we be doing for my birthday marathon? That's the 2 questions that I definitely need.
They're kind of the example.
But outside of that,
like,
thanks for watching.
You know, superior
the Level 1 podcast.
Physicality.
I enjoy having you here every single day.
Like in prison
thanks for a chill weekend. I hope I have a chill weekend because it's very hot right now. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out.
All right, Phil.
Okay.
Can we do DSP reacts?
Excuse me.
No.
So let's get set up here for the react show.
I'm going to lose this fight. I'm fucking pissed. Fuck. Damn, I should have fucking played this on hard, bro. Like, hard's actually hard, and it's hard for no fucking reason. Like, damn, they just give these fuckers more health. Like, dang, dude. Alright.
Excuse me.
Let me fucking set this shit up, bro. No, I'm liking this game so far. Big ups to Ames.
Okay.
Ames gave me $15 so I could buy
it's working good. Get the correct
Dragon Ball
for the
Z
Kakarrot.
Kakarrot. And then I bought some DLCs for it, bro. And I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
I just hope.
All right, guys.
I like this gameplay system better than Xenoverse 2.
Stupid thing stuck in my throat today.
You know, it's more in depth.
All right.
And if they do a Xenoverse 3,
let's get this show on the road. So I'm going to end this stream. It'll
like what they did in Kakarot.
Direct you over.
But it's super
to the DSP Reacts channel. Please head over there.
So is Xenoverse
and
2, you know, so
I'll get that stream going within like 5 minutes.
Shit I'm used to.
I'm going to take a break to use the bathroom. I'll be back by 1 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll get a fun react show going. All right? Thank you all. Great podcast today. I'll see you over on DSP Reacts.
I'm a little bit behind the ball, so DSP
the rollback netcode.
Started.
What rollback netcode does is it eats the input in order to quickly justify what's going on and make it have like an equivalent solution in the game. But it's not a solution. Like, it's just a band-aid for an ongoing problem with latency in these fighting games. And people have accepted in the fighting game community that this rollback netcode is like the end-all, be-all, best netcode of all time, and every game should have it, and it never needs to improve because that's just it. And like, no, it's not. Okay? Like, take a look. Explanation, how the prediction works, delay and rollback and prediction, what it takes to implement. So I'll just play a little bit of it. But yeah, what happens with rollback is it has to try to predict what's happening and then rectify that with the actual inputs once they're received over the internet. and then it comes to like a determination, and then it gives you the outcome. But what happens is it will drop your inputs a lot of the time. You'll do something that you know you did. I did a Shoryuken, and the game instead guesses that you did a forward medium punch, so you get the forward medium punch instead. And like, wait, what? But no, that's not what I did. But people, oh, that's great. That's great netcode. If you say so. If you were in a baseball game and you swung at a baseball and you know that you swung in time to hit the ball,
Phil, you don't even know about sports.
You didn't full swing, so you're out. Right?
This dude
Would you
is
be okay
tripping.
with that in a competitive game of baseball? But that's how it is playing these games online. But the FGC just has collectively accepted that this is okay and this is the best netcode. It's, in my opinion, it has light years to go to be actually competitively viable. But let's see the basic explanation here.
Since a game's choice of netcode can never magically change the distance between a player and their opponent or prevent networks from dropping or delaying information, you may wonder how one netcode strategy could be drastically better than the other. The key lies in how the netcode handles uncertainty. Rollback's main strength is that it never waits for missing inputs from the opponent. Instead, rollback netcode continues to run the game normally, and all inputs from the local player are processed immediately like it was offline. Right? Rollback netcode feels like it's offline. All your timing, anti-airing stuff, doing your setups, all of it works correctly, right? Then when the input...
No.
Because when you're playing, your inputs get dropped. You'll think you're doing it right. You will be inputting it right. And then the game says you didn't. So wrong assumption right there. Completely wrong.
But when the remote player comes in a few frames later, rollback fixes its mistake by correcting the past. It does this in such a clever way that the local player may not even notice a large percentage of network instability. If at any time you're missing inputs, right, any amount of frames,
there you go.
The game will continue to move forward on your screen, and everything you push will feel like it's offline. It'll continue going. When they catch up and they receive inputs from your opponents, it will say, okay, well, now that we've received those inputs from this dead zone, these 3 frames we missed, what happens in those 3 frames? Well, it turned out in those 3 frames that our opponent did nothing, right? So it'll simulate the game and say, well, nothing else changed. All right, we'll caught back up. So in one frame, it will receive all the inputs that happened before, run those inputs versus the inputs you sent, and determine what actually happened, and then play out from there. Sometimes that results in a small teleport. Sometimes that results in nothing. You don't even notice it. In the example below, both the local player and the remote player press medium punch on frame 1. But let's say the opponent's input is delayed over the network and reaches us 3 frames later on frame 4. Like offline play, the local player's move immediately begins animating on their screen. On frame 4, input from the opponent, marked as being pressed on frame 1, finally arrives. This means what we've shown the player in the last 3 frames is not really what happened, and the game must fix the past by performing some calculations in the background. The game logic reruns that.
Yeah, this is everything that we already know. It uses predictable logic to figure out what's going on, and then it tries to rectify it after the fact. But it erases your inputs. All I have to say, because we could watch this whole video, and it's not going to change the fact of what we really know about rollback netcode. It's not accurate. It guesses, and then it tries to fix mistakes after the fact, and it doesn't result in a viable outcome as if you were sitting there playing with the person offline. It's guesswork. And a lot of the times you'll be doing inputs, and it won't give you what you did, because it didn't read it properly. It dropped your input. All I will say is this. In the mid-2000s, when rollback netcode was first introduced by one of the Cannon brothers, and I keep forgetting it's Tony or Tom, and I apologize because I've never, my brain is not wired to recognize the name properly, and I don't know why. It's embarrassing. I should have learned by now who actually wrote rollback netcode, and I don't. I'm stupid like that. Okay, that's a me problem. But whoever created it, all right, presented it online to test on Shoryuken.com. It was presented for free. Everyone was able to play fighting games with it, and they wanted testing of it. So I tested it along with everyone else. And when I tested it, I noticed that for some odd reason, a lot of the moves that I performed never came out. They were dropped. Sometimes I would press a button. Nothing would happen in the game. And even though the match looked better, it didn't play better. And I approached the Cannon brother. Was it Tony Cannon? Okay, so it was Tony Cannon.
Brother.
I approached Tony Cannon in an IRC chat room about this. And I said, so what you created is netcode that looks good, but actually plays bad. And he disagreed, of course. He's like, no, I think this is better than delay-based.
Oh, my God.
Delay-based, you know there's lag.
Phil's going to take this to the grave,
with this, you can't tell there's lag. you literally can't rectify what's going on in the game. You don't know who input what properly, who did what, because your code is erasing stuff. It predicts and then tries to catch up and doesn't always represent properly what was input. Because I can tell you right now, I'm standing there pressing a punch, and it says punch, 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 drops the punch on the 4th punch. That's unacceptable from a competitive standpoint. That's the same as having a broken button, okay? And when I confronted Tony Cannon about it, I said, right now, will you admit to me that the net-based or delay-based netcode, or excuse me, that the rollback netcode drops frames in order to rectify and make it look better? And he outright said, yes, that's exactly what it does. I said, so it's not competitive.
Yo, and every, bro, then why is every competitive game using it, Phil? Are you, like, just the smartest man that was ever born, bro? Like, then why is every competitive fighting game using it, Phil? Like, Phil, why don't you go to Congress about this shit, dog? Like, come on.
It's not competitive. You are literally sacrificing the quality of the match to make it look better. That is called pulling the wool over the eyes of people. They don't understand that that's bullshit. You've destroyed the sanctity of the competitiveness of a match when you're purposefully dropping people's inputs to make it look better. I don't care if it looks better. I want it to play better, and it doesn't.
And it does.
Like I said, at least when you're watching the delay-based netcode, you can tell when there's lag because it lags up. It runs slow-mo,
like
so you know it's laggy. When you're doing rollback netcode, you have no fucking clue if there's lag. Did you not input correctly, or did the game drop your input? You'll never fucking know. There's no
delay-based netcode's better because the game slows down and you can play in slow motion in real time. Like, what? I'll get the hell out of here. Oh, this guy's the biggest dumbass ever. I fucking love it. I love that his genes are all fucking discombobulated, bro. We wouldn't be having fun today.
No way to tell. It's bullshit. And people love this fucking netcode because it looks better. Not because it plays better. It's nonsense. And I'm sorry. Yes, you might say, oh, every game should have it. Fine. But that's not the best option. The option is to get something better.
Oh, hell no.
Why is there no better netcode in how many years now? We're fighting. We're all still demanding the games have rollback netcode instead of something better. This is the mid-2000s. This is almost 20 years ago. In 20 years, someone didn't come up with something better? That erased my fucking input? It doesn't make any sense. And that's the issue I have with it. That everyone in the collective FGC has just thrown their hands up and said, it's the best. Well, great, but you want better. Why just accept something that's inferior and will literally drop your inputs to make the match look better? The creator of the fucking netcode admitted it to me.
Bro, bro, factually, we're the ones that play fighting games more than Phil. Think about it. I'm still playing Tekken 8. Phil isn't. The second he faces adversity, he just quits. And we know more about this shit than Phil does. This motherfucker.
All right, and by the way, when I criticized rollback netcode on SRK.com, they banned me.
Yeah, they did. The Cannon Brothers,
but they literally banned me. I said, why would you ban me from the website? To speak the truth about this netcode because we're trying to sell it. That's what I was told. How are we supposed to make a buck and sell this product we created if you're talking negatively about it? Well, then what you don't want criticism, you don't want facts and reviews, you want someone to push your product for free. You want a spokesperson to kiss your butt, and that's not who I am. It's never who I've been. And that's what they were looking for. They wanted people who were going to kiss their butt and say, this is the best netcode, so then they could sell it. And guess what's happened? Guess what every fighting game has now? Because people just kiss butt, man. Sorry. God, you're never going to change my opinion on this netcode.
This guy.
Really. You're never going to change my opinion on it. I don't like it. I don't like rollback netcode. Don't drop my fucking input in a competitive match, period. If you're going to have delay in my input and you see slow-mo, that's different. I'm sorry. You can't change my opinion. I've been there, done it. I was there day one when that netcode released.
Bruh.
And the answers I got were so unsatisfactory. No, it doesn't make the match better. It makes it look better. But don't say anything about it because we're trying to sell it to make money, make profit. And we're going to ban you from SRK because you're criticizing our netcode. Okay, well, fuck this, you know. Sorry, I'll be the one person that will forever tell you that this decade really happened. I guess you'll just have to listen to the me only, and everyone else in the FTC will continue to pull wool over their own eyes and kiss their own butts. I don't know what else to say.
This guy.
On to the next video.
Fallout New Vegas, super well liked.
Yeah.
Very beloved over the years.
He's so mad.
Holy
fuck.
Doing another Fallout game with Obsidian.
This
Obviously,
shit's
they're
like
run by
some
Microsoft
20-year-old
now, but
beef that he just can't let
go anywhere?
go.
I wouldn't say there were conversations. You know, look, love those guys. Fergus is one of I think one of the great people in the industry, and we've always had a great relationship with them. We like to keep it internal because we know what we want to do. So it is, if we can keep it internal, we would. And now that they've been bought, you know, you never say never, but it makes it highly unlikely. I'll say that. And there were obviously very few people when the New Vegas thing came up, because we were going to be moving on to Skyrim. You know, hey, we want more Fallout. Another thing, this is a hit. What are you going to do next? We're like, Skyrim. And it was, hey, look, there's only one group that we really trust to do this. And
God,
it was awesome.
I hate Todd Howard
so much. It was only
much.
ever Obsidian.
Correct.
Yeah.
He just reminds me of a more successful DSP.
We get lots of people saying that
bro.
they would do it. Even back then, like, hey, you should let us do this, and that was.
He don't know what he's doing. He don't know what he's talking
it's either this group or nobody.
He's good at sounding good at it. Yeah. Todd Howard's fucking stupid, bro. He don't know shit about what fucking
New Vegas
games
posters
are.
lining the halls of BGS, and in talking to the team here, it sounds like they weren't overly involved in the production at all.
We were very hands-off with that. We had, I think, you know, it was a corporate level decided that, like, we should do this, and we wanted to support them as best we could. But we knew that, you know, they were capable folks and they were doing their own thing. I think we had like 1 or 2 meetings with them just to like go over some high-level stuff and like what are the ground rules.
It's fascinating to me, the story of New Vegas, because a lot of people to this day, all right, believe that New Vegas is better than Fallout 3, right? A lot of people believe that. And it's crazy to think that it was a different dev team. All they were given the assets of Fallout 3, so they had the same engine to work with, right? But really, a lot of those ideas and things that they did, you know, I would argue improvements, like making melee class much better, a lot of the narrative choices being different and interesting, that was all on Obsidian. And then Obsidian went on to make other games that were very similar to that. And now, Fallout 4 came out and everyone's like, we wish that actually Obsidian had made Fallout 4, because, man, Fallout 4 was kind of a disappointment compared to what Fallout New Vegas had been, right?
What should we be doing? But we were busy working on our own stuff here.
Right.
So we knew, that was one of the things, we knew that, like, listen, if they're going to do this, we're not going to really have the time to work on it with them because we're doing our own stuff.
How much support did you give Obsidian when it came to New Vegas? Was that very much just their own thing that was going on?
It pretty much was their own. We were pretty knee deep in Skyrim at that point, and there really wasn't a lot of help that we could give them. Interesting enough,
like,
all the people,
looking
I was
back,
probably the
bro,
one who worked on the team that worked on New Vegas the most.
Skyrim has to be
they,
the last really cracked game that
we literally
fucking
gave them
Bethesda made.
This, here is the engine and the tech, Godspeed.
Just do whatever you want.
We gave them all the source. Like, it was basically
all
the raw assets, you know, from Fallout 3. Like, here's everything. You know, they gave us a great pitch, a great story, and it was pretty exciting actually to see someone else do their take on it, and it was obviously well received as well. But I thought they did a great job with that game.
Fan of those earlier games?
Oh my God, loved them. I think it's genius stuff. You know, all the credit to Tim Kaine and Jason Anderson, all those guys who did that game. That's the other thing. Why don't you make your own post-apocalyptic thing? It's like, well, we could do all this gameplay. But there's a shtick with it, with Vault-Tec and the world of the 50s. That's the sauce. That's the sauce. Even though not every, I know there was a lot of like fan angst, understandably so. I would have been the same way.
If you ever get a chance to work on a video game, work on a Fallout game. You can do practically anything in a Fallout game. Right. And just the breadth of the storytelling, the breadth of the art direction, the tone, and
the thing. I mean, again, the thing that I'm finding very interesting is now it's actually come out now that. After the success of New Vegas,
his mic,
huge success, sales success for Bethesda, they were shocked.
Bro.
They didn't know it was going to do that well.
No
they were
bullshit.
busy working on Skyrim.
It's bad.
Obsidian then said, "We would love to do an Elder Scrolls similar game. Just give us the Elder Scrolls engine and everything, and we'd like to do a spin-off Elder Scrolls game because now that you finished Skyrim, we know you're on to the next. Like they're working on Fallout 4." and they turned them down. Why would you turn them down? That just kills me. That we didn't get another Elder Scrolls, or we didn't get another game in that universe, right?
What do you mean,
Why?
Phil?
I would have loved. I mean, yeah, it would have been a spin-off game like New Vegas, but what did they not like about New Vegas that made them say,
they didn't make them no money? That's how you run your business.
You know, Elder Scrolls game.
You don't make no money. You don't give people what they actually fucking
want. It would have been great for everyone, gamers.
Just because you didn't
I just
make
don't
enough
understand that at all.
money.
Why pass on that opportunity when
he does
it's
this
kind of
all
a big
the time
what-if
with his
scenario
own
that
business,
we'll always wonder about?
right?
Because now, how long has it been since we had an Elder Scrolls game? And how long till the next one comes out? I mean, we're talking 20 years between iterations at this point. Who's going to wait that long? So, oh, and by the way, let's be honest.
God
with
damn,
Starfield
bro.
releasing and being such an
underwhelming,
paint by numbers, very blasé,
like I owe this
innovation
fucker
game. Now you got to
money,
wonder,
dude.
Is the next Elder Scrolls going to be like that? And if it is anyone going to care about Bethesda ever again? You know how they say the mighty have fallen? And if they had Obsidian filling in the gaps between these ginormous games, maybe then the pressure wouldn't have been as bad to perform and come out with these insane masterpieces because you still have good games in between. Now you're just sitting around waiting, when's the fucking next Bethesda game? How old am I going to be? Right? Another generation of people have been born and gone, and you still haven't made another game yet? Right? It's pretty wild to think about it. Anyway, all right. Well, good start to DSP versus the Internet for this week. I hope that you guys are enjoying. Thanks for watching. Remember, if you become a member today of the submission or higher level, you can submit clips for the next show. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next part. Okay, so I have a couple of shout-outs to do, and my nose is itching as well. I received a few tips here. Let's take a look at them. I got a $1 tip. This is the two singers are a brother and sister named Clyde and Gracie Lawrence from their own band called Lawrence. They make their own music in this style. You should check them out. I saw them in concert last year. They put on the best show. They were amazing. That was a great musical ensemble. I really enjoyed watching that, so thank you for that submission. Thank you for the $1 tip. That was really good stuff. Because then it also gives me nostalgia about wanting to play Marvel 2 as well. I received another $1 tip from Better Call Darth Maul. Can you sing Take You For a Ride? I mean, it's literally like, I'm going to take you for a ride. That's it. It's just the same thing over and over. There's nothing to it. It's the same lyric over and over. And then I received a $3.33 tip. Your take on GGPO is really bad. Everyone who gives you a video on it is troll baiting you. There you go.
There you go.
Listen, like
That's
I said, I would watch that whole video, but this is not a 45-minute video react show. It's a clips react show. So I'm going to watch a little bit of it. I'm going to give you my take on the subject, and we're going to move on. I mean, you have to understand that this is not meant to be a long-form react show, right? You can disagree on my take. You can say it's a bad take or disagree on it, but it's never going to change. I don't like rollback netcode. It's shitty. That's my opinion on it. It's shitty netcode. I don't want my inputs dropped. The second the input drops, I don't want to fucking play the game anymore. And that's what everyone has just accepted as netcode for fighting games. I think it's terrible. Okay? Okay. Let's continue. Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to DSP versus the Internet, episode 56. We're now in part 2 and continuing on with the Ultra Member submissions. I think the next video is very pertinent because, sadly, recently we lost Akira Toriyama, the legendary creator of, Dragon Ball and many, many, many other franchises. And I think this video is kind of almost a tribute. The 10 best Akira Toriyama video games. I don't know if we'll watch the whole 10 minutes. Maybe we'll skip around, but let's see.
Why? Why do we have to do this? Why do we have to do this?
Timestamps on this video?
Why do I do this just to suffer?
Across the world, Akira Toriyama
Bro, I was starting to kind of get over it.
Enix wanted to develop with the staff of Shonen Jump. This partnership was born to show Shonen Jump's audience how video games were made, and it would birth the beginning of the most influential JRPG and one of the most impactful video games ever made. Dragon Quest is responsible for everything you may know about JRPGs. Z was the first.
God damn it! There ain't enough skip juice in the world, huh?
While Akira Toriyama will forever be known for Dragon Ball and Dragon Quest, he did work on a few unique IPs as well. Tobal No. 1 is a revered one. While the PS1 sea of fighting games was largely dominated by Tekken, Bushido Blade, and just about anything made by Capcom...
For some reason it's playing a Chrono Trigger theme while he does this. So this game, it had a Toriyama art style, but it was a hybrid between Virtua Fighter and Tekken, but it was really weird because everything was like massive combinations of buttons. It'd be like, tap these buttons to grab, then tap these buttons for a variation on the grab, then tap these buttons to strike, and then tap these buttons. It was really complex and maybe almost ahead of its time, and it didn't get a lot of play. Honestly, like, it just didn't get a lot of attention at the time when it came out. But it was cool because it was Toriyama Designs.
Mainline Dragon Quest games that Akira Toriyama contributed his character designs to.
I never played Builders 1. I played Builders 2, and Builders 2 had a really good story. This is a pretty good game if you like crafting and games with a lot of building and survival aspects. It's pretty good, and especially if you like the Toriyama art style, of course.
Some days I want to hurt myself. I can't even fret about that.
Fortune Street.
I never saw this one.
In Akira Toriyama's portfolio is this board game video game that only ever had a presence in Japan prior to this installment.
Yeah, look, it's Dragon Quest characters with Mario characters combined. That's interesting. That's actually
characters played alongside Cloud, Tifa, Sephiroth, and many other Final Fantasy characters. Dragon Quest VIII: Journey of the Cursed King.
I never played it. I always wanted to, and I didn't get to.
I played it.
I owned it, and I never got to play it. Sucks.
You owned it, never played. Man, dude, I hate you, Phil. This game, PS2, dude.
I played all the ones before this.
Fuck that, bro. This game, if you're a vintage collector of PS2 games and shit like that, right? This game's hard to fucking find, bro. This game's fucking expensive as shit. Some Dragon Quest lovers consider 8 Journey of the Cursed King one of the best, dude, in the whole fucking series. And it's one of my personal favorites. Like, it's probably like top fucking 8. It's not my favorite Dragon Quest game, bro, but I have this on my phone. I actually own it on my phone. I played it on the fucking plane when I went to Chicago last year. Haven't played since. But it's a good game. I played it on PS2 as a kid. But I don't know, man.
8 is arguably the best RPG
Phil,
that ever
Phil
graced the
owned
PlayStation
this
2
and never
Nintendo
played
3DS.
it, though. That's kind
In
of
addition
crazy
to featuring
to
the same beautiful
This
music
game was
from the late
super hype
Koichi
when it came
Sugiyama,
out.
he passed away in 2021. This title featured some of Akira
dude,
Toriyama.
This was arguably the first modern Dragon Quest game. You know, like first Dragon Quest game with like modern graphics and shit like that, dude. So I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Phil didn't play this one. But yeah, the first one he played was 11, if I'm correct. But I could be wrong.
Wait, maybe I did play this. It was on 3DS. Maybe I did play this one. I think I might have played this one.
The design of the
played
hero,
11
the
for
hefty
sure.
appearance of Yangus, the attractive and tomboyish Jessica, and the reckless but handsome Angelo will forever be known as some of Dragon Quest's most iconic characters in the franchise. And that all goes without mentioning King Trode, Munchie, Dual Magus, and Princess...
I think I did play this one on 3DS.
Sort. No, it was
yes,
his technology.
Blue Dragon!
Apparently, Toriyama was doing his work on a significantly older version of Adobe Photoshop. This made it a bit tougher for certain ideas to fully flesh out, but in the end, he and the rest of the team managed to create one of the most memorable and often forgotten Xbox 360 classics.
Yeah, most people don't even remember this game exists, but it's super good. It's fun turn-based combat. It's got a unique story, a unique, just idea that they have these like spirits attached to them. And each has like a different, it's almost like a stand from like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure when you really think about it. So it's not a super original idea, but it has the Toriyama art style. The music in this game is outstanding. I did do a playthrough of it many, many years ago when I first did direct capture stuff. I played this game for you guys. It's a great game. I would love to go back and play it again someday.
If you haven't already, you should go grab Blue Dragon right now.
Yeah.
It's even backwards compatible with Xbox Series XS.
I see the selection in this case has improved.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Well, we all know what this game is, obviously. It's their most recent fighting game, and it's still played to this day, although not as prominent as it used to be when it first came out.
Despite seeing very
Chrono
few
Trigger,
releases
so
compared to other SNES
So good.
classics, there is a whole generation of
Jesus
people
Christ.
who still swear by Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
While continuing to work for Enix on the Dragon Quest games, Akira Toriyama worked with their then competitor Square to design the characters for Chrono Trigger. Once again, Toriyama's
Yeah, how
work
funny is it there was Enix and Square, and then they fused to become Square Enix? So they were competitors, and then they became the same company.
Shines.
That's not funny.
That'd be like if Sega and Nintendo fused to become Nintendo. Or Segendo.
Oh, that's not funny, Phil. One company needed to get bought. One company got bought out by the other. Yeah, how funny is that? How funny is that? If Sony bought Nintendo and it's called Sodindo. Like, he's so fucking goddamn dumb. I hate him. I hate him and his sense of humor sometimes.
It's impossible to mistake Chrono, Marley, and Luca for any other franchise he's been a part of. Of course, with great character art comes an excellent writing team consisting of Takashi Tokita, Yoshinori Kitase, Yuji Horii, and Masato Kato. With their story and
yeah, like Bandai Namco too, right? Just fusing the names, right?
Toriyama's beautiful and aggressive style.
That's what companies
it's no wonder
do when
why
they
Chrono Trigger resonates with folks
Phil.
decades since its inception.
Such a great game. I cried playing it last year. It was so good.
So fucking
must play. If you don't, you're missing out.
Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age.
And obviously, we did a full playthrough of this game. And super amazing game. One of the best RPGs I've ever played. It basically has 2 different plots in one game. It's a masterpiece. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. No one's ever going to replace you, man. You're amazing talent. And the world is a worse place.
All right, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama.
All right.
All right.
A well-stocked kitchen will get you women laughing out loud.
What's your boy Shot said, man? Yeah, now a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know I put you onto the whip game, put you onto a lot of things about the card game. You got any questions, holla at me. Right now, you know what I'm saying? You in a nigga's kitchen. Hold on, just for the moment of silence for the brand new Italian tile. Yeah, they just put this.
What the hell kind of camera does this guy have? You see how choppy this is?
Down
That's a
night.
bad
This
camera.
shit cool as hell, man. Pure Italian. All right, fuck that shit. Anyway, okay, all right. So I was at my nigga's crib, okay, and I was trying to tell the nigga if he could just do small things to his shit, like his kitchen and his bathroom, he'll have women everywhere, dropping vagina panties all over the place. You know what I'm saying? He thought I was bullshitting. So I said, look, I'm gonna do a video of just something small like my refrigerator, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna show you that I'm real with the shit. All right, hold on, one more thing. Y'all see this shit? It's a chrome garbage can. I ain't never seen no chrome garbage can. The shit's from Egypt, and it flips over like this. Ain't that some cool shit? All right, fuck that shit. Okay, all right.
Oh,
so,
bro.
if you have an assortment of drinks in your fridge, it's gonna open up the world. Women are gonna come over here, they're gonna be comfortable. I know it sounds silly, but I want y'all to feel me on this right now. Oh yeah, nigga made a pizza. Well, I was hungry. Okay, fuck that shit. Okay, bang. Nah, I know like
his entire fridge is drinks. He's got no food. He's got no food at all in the fridge. He's got 700 different drinks and no food.
All I can do is just sigh, you know, just like, all right. It's another day in the vortex.
y'all like, come on, man. Why you got nothing but drinks in your shit? Why you ain't got no food? I'm gonna tell you why. See, when different women come over,
is that in the bottom drawer there? Is that like those squeeze drinks? I used to have those in the 90s. Like the Kool-Aid, they had the twist top plastic. You twist it off the top and you squeeze it into your mouth. Is that what that is down there in the bottom left?
different women like different things, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So like, for the mature, this real talk, for the mature chick, you know, over 30, who still drinks juice, you hit her with the Mystic. They always get Mystics. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know Mystic still existed. I haven't seen one in the last decade. Do they still exist? I mean, this is a 16-year-old video. I wonder if they even still make them.
And the Snapples, that's for like the suburban chicks. You know, they come over here, they be like, oh my God, Chai City, like, do you have anything to drink? And then I'm like, yeah.
All right, the best part about the video is that you can tell no one drinks it. It's just sad that he stocked it. There ain't no women coming over his place. It's full. No one came over his place to drink his drinks. It's completely stocked. So no one arrived to drink. He's I mean, obviously, this is supposed to be like a comedy video, right? Like he's joking, Italian tile floor, Egyptian chrome trash can, and this is just common stuff. That's from, you know, I get it. It's comedy. People like it, but that's just hilarious. All right, next video.
Say nice things about me? Because I will tase her if necessary.
Uh-oh.
I have the taser. We haven't had to use it in a long time. But
I said lots of nice things. In the early 90s, Nickelodeon was kid everything. And you better hope that your house had cable.
Wasn't there to educate you. We were there to have fun, to
Summers.
get slime, to be entertained.
And this is when
they were all touching each other.
Yeah, I know about this story. I don't know the.
Bro, fuck that, dude. Nickelodeon weren't like they were touching all the little kids. They were touching all the little kids that worked for Disney too. That's why all of them are weird. At Nick and Disney, all
but I
those
definitely
kids
know
are
about
fucking
the story,
weird.
like what's going on.
They're all
is
getting
that
fondled,
there's a
bro.
huge scandal
just
right now with
family
Nickelodeon that they're discovering that all those kid shows that they produced in the 2000s, that there was like massive abuse of the kids. Like the producers and the people involved were actually, some of them they're saying they're being accused of things like pedophilia, and that they would make the kids do fucked up stuff behind the scenes of these shows and everything, and no one knew that was going on. And now it's finally being exposed. Like this whole big thing is being exposed. And, you know, much like a lot of things, Hollywood in general, these things probably have gone on for the longest time and no one ever knew about them. And of course the kids, you know, they shut up. They're, you know, they're not going to say anything, or maybe they just don't know any better. And then years later when they're adults, they realize, oh my God, all this effed up stuff happened. Right?
These shows that were hugely successful for them.
No one had ever really done sketch comedy starring kids for kids.
This is the guy, yeah.
The careers of child actors who became major stars.
For 20 years, he shaped children's entertainment and culture.
Thank you for being here.
But that
Nick Schneider guy, whatever the fuck his name is.
So I guess, yeah, so this is the documentary. I don't want to watch too much of this because likely it's going to get, since this is obviously a trailer, it's going to
I know, TJ, you watched it last night.
If you're interested, I think this is a Netflix documentary that's coming up.
Literally
about
last
this,
night.
or it's on some
Phil
channel.
just
Is this
found
at the
this
True
shit
Crime
out.
channel or something? I don't know what it's on. But this is supposed to be coming out, or it is out now, where it follows this whole deal. So, and apparently, I don't know if this guy was like convicted of it or if he's just accused of it and he's going through it right now. But, you know, pretty messed up. This, again, this kind of stuff happens in Hollywood all the time, and people just don't know it. You know, you get all these accusations.
People
you get thrown
do
around,
know,
how many
Phil.
people get away with it, right? All right, that's as much as we're gonna watch about that because I know this thing's gonna end up getting blocked or claimed. Just like this next video too. Like I'm interested in it, but we've watched videos before from. Isn't this supposed to be from Barstool? But now it's One Bite Pizza Reviews, so maybe they changed the channel that they do it on because it used to be on like Barstool. This last time I watched one of these, it got blocked and claimed. So let's see if we can watch this or not. Where's this? St. Petersburg, Florida. The Violet Stone. Davey Page views. This guy is a character, right? Because this is the guy who actually owns Barstool, I think.
Dave Portnoy, yeah.
Dave Portnoy, is that his real name?
One Bite Ever Knows rules. The Violet Stone wood-fired pizza, that generally means it's going to be super thin and a little floppy. This, I love. That sign, caution, well done pizza, I like it well done. They're from Philly, been here about a year.
My name's Brittany, me and my husband are.
You guys, they own it? How long have you had it for?
Just a year.
Oh. Bro, I don't care about pizza reviews, because, like, at the end of the day, it's not hard to make pizza, especially a good one. It really isn't, bro. Anyone can make a good pizza. It's, like, kind of played out. Like, yeah, I'm gonna review a pizza, bro. Fuck. You have money out of 1,000.
That's too much, though, on the under.
Like, that's fucking garbage, bro. I don't give a fuck. My fucking bottom of my pizza looks like this. You're fucking shit. You're fucking garbage. Go fuck yourself in the butt. Alright? You can't even fucking give me some shit without burning it. That's burnt. That's burnt. Alright? Fuck you.
I gotta ask.
You can have my pizza, bro.
I gotta ask. Alright, I gotta ask. I thought this was gonna be an easy 8. For me, that's too much. Is it always that black on the back? Is it always that?
See, that's me. Oh, what the fuck, man? Hell no. Hell no. Do you check
I
it?
gotta see what the next one looks like. 'Cause that's too charred.
Bro, they just throw it in there and let it ride? Like, how the fuck is it that burnt? Look, this bitch knows she fucked up. Alright, I actually gotta get out of here. There's a weed festival going on. I'm not trying to dox it, bro. But there's a big fucking, like, wax event happening in Phoenix right now. And me and my wife are gonna go do that. So, yeah, I thought I'd probably be done by now, you know, with the Restream, but obviously not. But whatever, I'm usually here for DSP Reacts. I'll try to stick it out for the next one. But I'm gonna go have fun. You know, like, I'm gonna go have dumbass stoner fun and go smoke a bunch of free fucking wads. But I'll probably be here tomorrow morning, dude. If there's some stupid shit tomorrow, if I have free time, I'll stick around tomorrow night. But fuck it, dude. DSP Reacts, it's fucking dumb, you know. Y'all should go do some fun shit if you have some time to do it too. You know what I mean? But I appreciate y'all fucking chilling with me. I fucking had a lot of fun today, dude. Take care of yourselves and each other. If you happen to be at work, don't work too hard. Don't nobody be giving a fuck about y'all but yourselves and your fucking family and friends, dude. Smoke weed every day. Don't fucking give these damn animals money. Don't be giving these locals money. Use it for yourself. Make sure you're investing into yourselves, alright, guys? I'll see you fucking hopefully tomorrow, my guys. And have a good one. And sorry for whoever probably wanted me to see this shit all day. But yeah, I forgot. My wife just reminded me. I got like free tickets to this fucking little wax show going on. So I'm gonna go do that and get a bunch of free fucking marijuana and shit. So yeah, that sounds more fun to me right now. Opportunity costs and whatnot.